How's it going, troops? Jordan here with episode 2 of the Spawn Trap podcast, and with me I have James, aka JXBArmy.
Hello.
We have Alex, aka I'm Diabetes.
Hello.
We have Christian, aka IPC Shadow.
Push the 911.
For God's sake. And finally we have Jack, aka Campy Elite.
You saved the guard for last.
Yep, I saved you for last. So I know it's been a while that we haven't done a podcast. In fact, I recorded the second episode about a month ago, but it wasn't as good. So I completely scrapped that. And I think now that E3 is over with, we're going to start talking more about what games we're going to be enjoying and what we thought was great and bad at E3. But for this episode of Spawn Trapped, we're going to be talking about Black Ops 3, our impressions, what do we think about the score streaks, the perks, the movement, I guess, and also about the whole PlayStation deal now that Activision has partnered with PlayStation and no longer have partnered with Xbox, with Microsoft. But first up, we're going to be talking about our first impressions of Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and whether we think so far it looks good, bad. So first off, I think I'll talk and just give my overall view of it. When I saw the trailer, I thought it was meh. They focused too much on the specialist abilities and the whole movement mechanics, and it just didn't feel like Call of Duty. It didn't look like Call of Duty. But when these YouTubers, that went out to Treyarch Studios and went out to E3 to record early gameplay, when they started to show off the normal gameplay that they've just recorded, it kind of reminded me of how Black Ops 2 was. It did not look like what I saw in the trailer. It was like completely opposite. With the trailer, it kind of felt like Destiny or Titanfall-esque. But with the normal gameplay, it felt like Black Ops 2 with a little bit of Titanfall, which I personally think is good because Call of Duty needs to stick to what Call of Duty is, boots on the ground. I know that there's advanced movements in there, and right now you can't take it out. We're in the third year, so a little bit too late. But the fact that they haven't made it so focused on and over the top, like with Advanced Warfare, with the exosuits, I'm quite optimistic about Black Ops 3. I think Black Ops 3 is going to be something decent, not the best, but something decent anyway. Alex, how do you feel about Black Ops 3?
Like you said, the trailer is completely different from the gameplay, and the first thing that caught my eye is that the maps are 3-laned, and that's just the bread and butter of Call of Duty, and it's something I thoroughly enjoy in first-person shooters, is when the maps are even and symmetrical. So it kind of really adds balanced gameplay, and I was just really overall pleased with the movements. I liked how the thrusters, I can't even speak, was they were a necessity. And I like how even when you do use them, you have to be careful because there is fall damage in this game. And I like that aspect of it where you aren't, it's more realistic because if you're going to fall from a high place, you're not, you're going to die or be hurt.
Yeah.
The guns, I like how a lot of the guns, now it is pre-alpha, so I can't really say anything, but I do feel like this game's going to have more usable weapons just by seeing. What I have seen is that there's at least 2 or 3 ARs I want to use in this game, and 2 or 3 SMGs I want to use. Whereas in previous Call of Duties, it's just been 1 SMG and 1 AR, talking about Advanced Warfare and Ghosts. Also, the colors. I can't remember the name of the map. I think it's called Hunted. It's the one with the waterfall. Most beautiful map I've ever seen in Call of Duty.
Yeah, I think that map is called Hunted. Trying to think. It is Hunted because the other ones are Stronghold and Combine. So yeah, when you... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, there was also Evac. That's another map. But yeah, that's all I had to say. I was just gonna say that it looks like classic COD with a little bit of extra movement. It's much more slower than Advanced Warfare, and it really does remind me of the classic Call of Duty with just a little bit more speed to it, and I'm fine with that, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'm pleased.
Yeah, that's what I get from it. It looks like a normal Call of Duty game, and we know that it's got some advanced movements in it. But like I said, it's not heavily focused on. Unlike the exosuits, where if you don't use the exosuits, everything's going to be much slower. You just can't traverse the map like you normally would if you did have the exosuit. I'm happy that with this game, there's from what I've seen, there's map flow to it. So it's not too chaotic. It's not too slow. It's almost like perfect. It's almost in the middle where you've got fast action but not chaotic action. You can have some control of of where you are and where you are on the map and such. James, how do you feel about Black Ops 3, judging from the trailer and also early gameplay?
Well, Black Ops 3, eh? What I did notice, which is a positive sign, is there's not crazy amount of layers. There's just 2 layers to the map, so you can't just jump onto a roof, above another roof, like Advanced Warfare, like Riot. Whoever thought Riot was a good idea in Sledgehammer Games should be fired. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's
like
absolutely
Riot.
insane. I hate Riot. I really hate Riot.
What's that?
Riot sucks.
What's that
Oh,
one
My
map?
opinion is
What's
better
that?
than yours, so
What's that? What was that DLC map in Advanced Warfare where you could jump on a
Perplex.
roof? That was it. Perplex.
Yeah, oh god,
That was
that was
so-
actually kind of fun, that map though. But
It was fun when you had like the exo grapple part, but like the fact you had to double jump and then double jump again, only to double jump a 3rd time, not to mention the 4th, the 5th, and possibly the 6th time before you actually got to the top, only to be killed by a rooftop camper, and then you spawn down at the bottom again.
yeah, and
So-
then get killed.
Yeah.
So Black Ops 3, however, I did notice, especially from the gameplay, when I saw people having gunfights, they're on the ground, and it was usually very controlled, 3 lanes, as Alex said, and when someone killed someone, I didn't see 3 people in the air like in Advanced Warfare. When I kill someone, there is a high probability there'll be someone in front of me, someone jumping in the air above me, and someone behind me with an ASM-1 about to, penetrate me, literally. So that didn't happen. I hate the supers. I'm just going to call them supers, which are the Destiny abilities.
Yeah.
The Titan ability.
Yeah.
I don't think that looks that OP because I think people could just shoot them from a distance. I'm not so, but the pistol, which is one shot and lasts God knows how long, and just seems to hit everything where it shoots at.
Yeah.
I don't seem very.
If I
don't like these specialist abilities.
if
that's
I
what I'm
remember
saying.
back with Destiny, I think is it the Golden Gun? That's basically what it is.
Yeah, it's the Hunter ability.
Yeah. That didn't last that long. It lasted maybe 6 or 7 seconds, maybe 10
Yeah,
seconds
max.
tops. Whereas
Yeah.
it
with
was like 5 seconds.
yeah, something like that. You could only, at the right time, the maximum would probably be either 2 or maybe 3 if you were lucky. But with the Annihilator? That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's it.
With the Annihilator, it lasts like 20 seconds.
They all
something
seem
like
to
that.
last really long, don't they? And that's what worries me.
I mean, the good thing about it is that, if you use it, and you get killed, that's it. You've got to wait for it the next time round. So I guess
Yeah.
that kind of is all right. But
well, how do you earn them? If you
It's-
do more running, you get it faster. Is that right?
no. If
Money?
you do well in a match, that you get it quicker. So
Yeah.
the more kills you get, the more flag captures or bomb plants you do or whatever. Kill confirmed. The more tags you get. That's when it goes faster. So it's on a timer if you do nothing, so it goes along. But obviously, the more things you do in the match, so whether it be kills or playing objective, the faster it'll be. So if you're someone that
So
strongly
it's like Titanfall.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
basically.
Destiny. That's copy pasted Destiny
Yeah.
those abilities. And if you listen to any person who plays Destiny, what do people do? They play the strikes, the Vault of Glass. They do the raids. No one really likes the PvP because it's completely ruined by these abilities. Will make it completely unskillful. So my grandma or my granddad can just go on the game and kill me if I'm on a good streak. Like I'll be on let's say I'm one off the
Not
mothership.
that far. They-
I'll be on the mothership, and then someone will
still
do the
need to know.
Annihilator ability, and I'm dead.
they'll shoot the mothership and it just explodes.
Oh my god, that would annoy me so much if that actually happened.
Speaking of the mothership, that thing looks. Oh my god, that thing looks beast. Oh, what I've I can't remember his like YouTube like persona name. I think it's Gref G or Greg or whatever. He's a Spanish. Is he? I swear he was Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Olé.
Yeah. He got like I think it was 42 kills in a match, but he got so many kills within his in the mothership. And from what he said, the thing lasts 2 minutes. Like normally a kill sheet will last like 45 seconds or a minute. This lasts about twice as long. So I mean, when Vonderhaar said the mothership will make you wet, he was not joking. Like I just like I went like, oh when I saw that.
Makes me moist.
The thing is, though, guys, it's in the sky. So irregardless,
yeah, it could get taken out. Yeah.
Regardless of how good the streak is, you can just go inside and escape.
But the thing is also, you can also have 3 people in it. That's
Yeah,
insane.
yeah,
There's
you can
2
have-
gunner seats and then the main gunner. Like, so if anybody's trying to shoot you down on any part of the map, everybody, like your 2 other teammates can look in different directions
Yeah.
than you and just kill.
I know.
It's insane.
But they're the different directions. That's what I'm saying.
Plus-
Like you'll be in your mothership, yeah, and you can only. I think you can only look at certain directions. It's kind of reliant of people joining you, isn't it?
It's like it's like the VTOL warship from Black Ops 2. You can like move to different locations if you want to. So
Oh, okay.
if there's like an awkward angle, then you can just easily I think press LB and then you can move across the map.
I'm assuming it'll be the last like score streak.
Oh,
but
it
since
is,
they
it
wanted
is.
it, they wanted it to be playable, so they
I'm
made
pretty
it.
sure Vonderhaar said it was like the highest you can
Yeah.
get.
So I'm
when it
sure
was,
the score will be changed when the game is released because
Yeah.
I think it was pretty easy to get.
Yeah, they'll find out in the beta how OP it is.
Yeah. Oh man, the mothership though, that's something that's going to be amazing. When you first get in that, you're gonna just you're just gonna have a fun time when you're in that.
You're just gonna ejaculate everywhere.
Yeah. Oh.
Let's not talk about stuff like that.
Yeah, Jack's too young. Joking. But yeah, Christian, what's your impressions on Black Ops 3?
I hated the trailer. It was badly scripted. I did
Thank
like
you.
the song in the back though.
Yeah, I remember people asking in the comment section like, "What's that song? What's that song?" Like people were more interested with the song than they were with the actual trailer. I thought it was quite funny.
I saw gameplay and it looks like Black Ops 2 with a few different movements, I guess.
Yeah, that's how I would put it. It's like it looks like Black Ops 2, just with a little bit of advanced movement.
Yeah. Overall, I think it was gonna be good, and then I saw sniping gameplay, and I got really, really scared, and I just don't want to play it anymore.
Let me guess, from Pamaj.
No,
No.
from Chaos.
Oh.
He was able to snipe, and it scared me.
Oh.
If he can snipe, anyone can.
How does this noob snipe? What is this? But yeah, like I remember when Drifter made a video before E3 even came along, and it was like, oh yeah, I tried sniping, and it felt like I could, I could use, I could do it. It was much easier. And then as soon as he said that, I thought much easier. I mean, Black Ops 2, that was
I don't know
like.
what Vonderhaar's thinking.
I mean, people are saying, oh, maybe it's because of all the death threats he got. But then again, like, these are just 12-year-olds. Like, they're not going to do anything. Like, they're just going to... All they're going to do
He's
is...
listening to know yourself.
All they're going to do is just cry, whine a bit, and then the next day they're going to be back using the patch DSR, or whatever the sniper's called. And then... And then they're just going to keep playing. That's what's going to happen. They won't do anything.
It's the hypocrisy of it, though, isn't it? Like they say, we're doing the most skillful thing, sniping, but you want it to be easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Black Ops sniping was perfect because you had to have really good aim. I mean, if I got quickscoped in Black Ops, I would applaud the guy that quickscoped me. Like I wouldn't complain. I applaud him. Because it does take a certain amount of skill to quickscope in Black Ops. I mean, I can do it all right. I mean, I don't really do it. I mean, I don't really snipe just to quickscope. I snipe to snipe. That's just the way I am. I adjust to the situation. But the fact that it's much easier, it just puts me off. That really, That's like about the only thing. But I mean, obviously this is what
I
an
have to
alpha
go
build.
now.
So, oh yeah. By the way, guys, Christian has a like a family party or something to attend to. So, unfortunately, he's gonna have to be cut off here. But I mean, Christian, we will miss you. We
I'll
will.
be on next time.
Yeah, he'll be
We
on
won't
next
miss
time.
Talk to you next week.
Maybe
we
someday.
won't. We won't.
Friend.
But yeah, all right. See you, Christian. Moving on though with Jack, what was your first impressions? Because from what you said before we started recording, you said that you haven't seen much gameplay wise, but you have seen the trailer.
Yeah. I think I did watch a gameplay on, I don't know the map, but they were like, there's water, there's some buildings, they're running around.
Probably
I
Hunter.
think it was Drifter. And he went back in time a few times and he died. So I think the game looks pretty cool, but it just doesn't. I don't think of any Black Ops game when I watch gameplay from it. I think more of like, I want to say Medal of Honor and Ghost Recon, like at least from watching the 4-person campaign gameplay.
Yeah, that's something that we will be talking about a little bit later on. But now that we've got our impressions, our little overview with each of our opinions on Black Ops 3, we've got quite a variety now. And we've also talked about other things like the weapons and score streaks and such. How do we feel about the score streaks? Because I mean, I've got footage of people like selecting the score streaks and such, and there's still like 6 that are currently unavailable. Obviously, one of them must be the VSAT because Vonderhaar did confirm that the VSAT was going to be in the game. But how are we feeling on the front with the kill streaks, with the score streaks? Because to me, they just remind me so much of the Black Ops 2 score streaks. I mean, the Hunter Killer drone is unfortunately back. I mean, that thing really pissed me off at times. It's now called the Dart, which I find quite funny because I thought that's a little bit too simplistic. But overall, the kill streaks don't look so bad in my opinion. I think, I mean, some of them could do a bit of tuning, like the Mothership might be a little bit too OP, but if you just increase the score, then that's fine. Just look at Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 had so many OP streaks, but it was fun. It was fun OP, and I get that feeling of that with Black Ops 3, with like the Mothership, the Raps. The Wraith, I guess you could say the Lightning Strike is back. Alex, how do you feel about the score streaks? Do you think do you think they seem, I don't know, more usable, more fun? Or
Well, most of them are just reskins of Black Ops 2 kill streaks.
yeah,
Like the Talon is basically the escort drone. The Cerberus is basically that
AGR.
AGR. The Raps kind of reminds me of dogs.
Yeah, the Raps is the dogs. It's like
Yeah.
I'm quite saddened about that, if I'm honest. Like I really wanted to see like robotic cyborg dogs, not just some like little balls that just go around with spikes. I mean, I guess it's cool. I mean, if it acts like the dogs, then it'll most likely do the same amount of work as what the dogs did. But I think it's what?
Go on. I was just gonna say, could you imagine if you could also have the dogs kill streak in this game, and then you could just like use a combo of those on the map? So even if you run away from the dog, you're getting your arm ripped off by a ball with spikes on it.
Yeah, I can imagine that, having like the dog just like rip off your cyborg arm, and then just have the spike ball just drill up your back. Oh, like the gore, it's amazing.
Yeah, the Wraith is the stealth chopper, which I will probably use a lot because I used to use the stealth chopper a lot in Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
I'm really intrigued with the combat robot because AI kill streaks are really tricky. Sometimes they're really good, like the assault drone in Advanced Warfare, or they're really bad.
Or they're really annoying.
Or they're really annoying.
Yeah, the chopper from Modern Warfare 2, the AI chopper, was horrendously bad.
What which one?
The regular chopper.
Oh,
the
the attack helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't pick
So
Harriers.
I'm hoping that it gets like good health and it has it's smart. I'm just hoping it's smart. Because I don't know how much score it is, but I'm assuming it's high because it was right there by the Mothership as the highest kill streak or score streak you can
third or
get.
fourth row.
So overall, I'm satisfied with them. Obviously, there's still six classified score streaks we haven't seen yet.
Hmm.
So I'm really interested to see what those are, because obviously one of them is VSAT, but there's other
Yeah.
five. Like, what else could they be doing?
I
Like, there's
mean,
probably gonna be something similar to the Lodestar, but actually, I don't know. Could because the kill streaks are supposed to be based off of the campaign usually, but
yeah.
in the campaign they kind of get rid of all the air streaks because they make those ground things that shoot down all the air stuff because of what happened in Black Ops 2.
Yeah,
But then you
they
see all these helicopter kill streaks and like the Talon and this Lightning Strike. There are planes that fly over, so they could have something similar to the Lodestar, which I kind of hope for because I like that kill streak.
yeah. It's I can't remember what it actually stands for, but it's a thing called dead. That's basically what the anagram is of it. But I think it's directed energy. What's that? Energy, yeah, directed energy, something defense or something like that. But that's how it, like, in terms of it being a sequel with Black Ops 2, because Black Ops 2, obviously there was a drone attack, and then the US learned from their mistakes by introducing this thing called dead or directed energy, whatever, defense, where like everything's more grounded. But when it comes to the kill streaks, I mean, with the multiplayer, I think everyone likes to have some air streaks. There's got to be air streaks in there. It wouldn't be the same. But yeah, I mean, normally with the campaign, it's all based off of, with the campaign in terms of the multiplayer. James, how do you feel about the score streaks?
They look like they do stuff, which is good. Not like Advanced Warfare, where you had to. I remember
I know,
getting a
right?
5 kill streak in Advanced Warfare, not even getting a UAV, which in previous cards would give you a missile to rain hell.
I know,
Destroy.
right? You can actually use streaks. Oh my god.
They're supposed to be rewarding, and also I don't think Sledge Games understood. Especially, I was surprised because they did work on Model for free. They should understand.
They worked on the single player, which is why that's most likely why I kind of did enjoy Advanced Warfare's story side, even though the ending was bad.
Yeah, the ending was one of the worst.
That ending, I mean,
I thought, like, you can't get worse than the Ghost ending, and then they did.
Yeah, like along with the Ghost, like for me with Ghost and Advanced Warfare's like campaigns, they were all right, like across the entire campaign, but when it came to the end, they both flopped.
Yeah.
Like it just didn't.
Ghost campaign.
Ghost is
pissed me off.
toast.
I hated Ghost's campaign.
But back on the point, the kill streaks, they look what score streaks they want us to call them, don't they? Not to call them that.
Yeah,
They look good. They do stuff, and that's the point. You need a reward system, because if you don't,
that's the whole point of it. To
the game
reward you.
becomes very old very fast.
Yeah, I mean, I remember. The Warbird, it does like 10 seconds. That's
Like, I've had paladins in Advanced Warfare in a domination game where I've been losing, and in any other game that would win the game because it would just tear everything to pieces, and my teammates would catch flags.
I remember when kill streaks in COD actually like changed the way the match went about. I remember when you call in like an AC-130 or a chopper gunner in Modern Warfare 2, or even a chopper gunner in like Modern Warfare, not Modern Warfare, in Black Ops, and when you have the dogs. Like, I remember when kill streaks were like game changers. If you did so great in a match and then you got this reward, like it actually did something. Whereas with Advanced Warfare, and I guess you could even say Ghosts, like the kill streaks just didn't do much.
Yeah, well, you could get some to work in Ghost. The reason why Ghost they didn't work is
Ghost,
because like the
Halo
pilot
things.
were okay, but the issue with it is that all the Ghost maps had buildings everywhere, and they were extremely enormous. So good luck killing anything.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many like problems with Ghosts, but we're not going to talk about the problems. But at least we acknowledge that there were so many problems with Ghosts.
Apart from the lag delay, the in-game engine lag, they actually fixed that. That was good. That's why the hit detection feels good.
Yeah, the hit detection was great. Like, I mean, every now and then I go back to play some Call of Duty Ghosts, and I just think, like, that's the first thing I think to myself. I think, wow, the connection and the hit detection is so good. Like, how can it be this? I mean, I remember, like, when Ghost, like, started up, everyone just started complaining, like, oh my god, the time to kill, it's too quick. Please slow it down. And then they slowed it down, like, almost Black Ops 2, like, with Advanced Warfare, and now everyone's like, no, too many bullets. Like, marshmallows I'm firing. So
they're never happy.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think there needs to be some middle ground. There needs to be somewhere in between Ghost Time to Kill and say like Black Ops Time to Kill or Black Ops 2 Time to Kill. There needs to be something in the middle. To me, Black Ops 3, I mean, even though it's been playing on LAN, so we can't exactly, say for sure what it's going to be like when it comes to playing online. But for LAN, it doesn't seem as quick as Ghost, but it doesn't seem as slow as Black Ops 2. It seems halfway-ish, if you know what I mean. Which I think it would be good, but like I said, that's only on LAN, it's not online, so we'll have to wait and see when it comes to online, whether it be alright or whether it be something like Black Ops 2 again, where you fire like 30 bullets, your entire magazine, it's just marshmallows, and you get one shot killed by a shotgun. That's sadly the way it is. Jack, you still there, Jack?
Yes, I am.
Alright, how do you feel about score streaks in Black Ops 3?
Well, I've seen pictures of the score streaks, like
you've not seen a lot of gameplay. I forgot about that.
The only thing I've seen was the lightning strike being like called in, that new
that animation. Oh, I love that animation though.
Yeah, like it used to be a laptop, now it's like the little
it used to be like a little tablet, now you just like it's like a little projector coming out your hands.
Yeah.
So cool.
That was cool.
I think that animation's quite cool.
I just watched some Mothership, I think it's called, gameplay from Allier. That looks pretty cool because it's blue. Well, it looked like it was like, I want to say a paladin and a warbird in one, but like there was not enough of killing going on for me to really judge.
Yeah, I mean,
but it looks pretty cool.
Like I said, I would watch. I can't remember. Like I said, I can't remember his name or how to pronounce it, but it's like Greg. It's like Greg F.
Greg X.
YT.
It's Gref G.
That's it. Gref G. Yeah. So he's a Spanish YouTuber. If you watch his Mothership gameplay, like he goes on a tear in that Mothership, and also he has people inside it as well. So just makes it even deadlier. I mean,
how many people can go inside of it?
There's you, and then you can have 2 other teammates join in.
So what do they do?
They fire like miniguns, and I think the one fires rockets.
So it's like an AC-130?
Yeah, it's like an AC-130, except rather than you interchange, like with each type of weapon, you just have 3 people that control it. Although for you, I think you can fire both rockets and fire like a minigun, which makes it a little bit more powerful. But then again, we need to have something fun, something that's rewarding at the end of the day. But yeah, like I said, overall, I think the score streaks look fun. And they look like they actually reward you, which that's what they're supposed to do. I mean, many people in Advanced Warfare, they just run UAV and care package with support and all the others, little modules on it. That's all I really run. I mean, I used to go for like bombing runs when I did reverse boosting, but now I don't play Advanced Warfare a lot. I only play it just to play with you guys. So.
I'd have seen the point of reverse boosting. I mean, I go against like the best people in the world, and I'll just use a system hack, disable streaks, and make them rage quit anyway.
Yeah.
So that was.
Is there any streak in Black Ops to turn off the bionics?
I'm
there probably will be.
Don't take this for like 100%, but I think there's something not like the system hack, but there's something similar to like the EMP.
Oh, it's called a something core. What is that?
Power core.
Power core. I know hardwired counters it, but can we? I wanted to talk actually.
Yeah, power core probably like
EMP,
just like. Yeah, go ahead.
About how the HUD looks whenever an EMP does go off. Is that it's much more cleaner. Like it doesn't make your screen fuzzy. It just gets rid of your mini map and the things around it, like surrounding like your ammo count and your score streaks.
Yeah.
And you can't use your wall. Yeah, I think you can wall run. No, you can't wall run, and you can't use your thruster.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Black Ops 2 EMPs. I mean, I remember it took them 6 months to even make hardwired remotely useful against EMP grenades, and it still wasn't because they affected you for a few seconds. They were completely uncounterable in Black Ops 2. They went through walls. And they affected everything.
Yeah, that was the biggest.
Like so much. cleaner now. Like
Yeah.
whenever they
Yeah.
do go off, your HUD doesn't get fuzzy. It just says HUD rebooting, and it makes the things around it, blocked off that you can't use. So I don't know. I like that. I like how they finally realize that your soldier isn't a freaking computer.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
like
exactly.
his screen shouldn't get fuzzy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, I want to say one thing about that. If the games like Modern Warfare to now, like in World at War in the previous CODs, why was there a HUD? There's no like helmet, so that didn't really make sense.
it's a video game. I think that's it's an arcade shoot. It's not
But I'm
supposed
just
to be
saying.
realistic.
Yeah. I
Because
mean,
the
I get
HUDs
what you
now
mean.
they make sense because it's in the helmet, or it's in their brain, I guess.
yeah. I mean, when you were talking about how OP the EMP grenade was in Black Ops 2, I mean, that was basically the issue with it. Like, it could. I mean, you didn't have to have anything like in front of you in the same room, but you could be like behind 3 walls and you could still be affected. I
A
mean,
guy once told me that EMPs were not overpowered because they prevent camps. And James, you camp all the time. I said to him, yeah, but the thing is, you can spawn a Nuketown, throw an EMP on the floor. You don't even have to throw it over, and you have just EMP'd the whole other team. Well done. For a very long time. They lasted way too long. I'm happy they learned from their lesson, though. That's why I wanted a World at War game, because I was worried that Treyarch wouldn't learn their lesson and make the EMPs extremely overpowered again, which they don't seem to have this time.
yeah. I think that's one thing I did that was good with Advanced Warfare was like when you got EMP'd, it lasted literally 2 seconds, whereas with the one with Black Ops 2, it lasted like 15. Way too long. Way too long.
I like how when you would get EMP'd, they'd tell you got EMP'd, which made total sense.
Didn't even need to use EMPs in Advanced Warfare.
But don't they
just had to
say
use them.
EMP like a few seconds before it actually goes off?
No, it's at the same time when it goes off. It's like
Oh.
enemy EMP detonated. Oh, electronics are offline.
And how does an EMP even make sense? Like, I'm
What it-
sure they have
see,
some
what
form
it
of
should have
protection
been-
from that.
What it should have been like was it like hold up team, we're getting reports of an enemy EMP, and then that's how it like should have gone off. Like
Yeah, that would make sense.
rather than have the EMP go off and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, there's an EMP gone off, yet I can still talk over the radio because that makes sense, logic.
Yeah, but you guys are screwed right now, so haha.
Yeah. You don't even know where I am.
Yeah. That's basically
I
what the
think a
EMPs
more,
do.
I'm
more
just a
realistic
voice.
game, like, at least for announcer-wise, that would be kind of cool. Like a good battle announcer.
I was
that
going to
actually
ask,
makes
has
sense.
the announcers, are there any good battle announcers in this game?
Like, there's this one announcer that to me sounds like, remember the FBI faction in Black Ops 2? It sounds just like that, just a little bit different, which kind of disappoints me. And from what I know, currently there's only 2 factions. There's the Black Ops faction and then the CDP. I hope there's a lot more factions because having
For multi-team.
not for multi-team, but for the fact of having 2 factions, it just gets boring. Like when it was like hopping in, it's like, oh, who are you going to be, the Ghosts or the Federation? I'm like, dude, how about having like, I don't know, the US Rangers or something? Like,
Modern Warfare 2.
can I have
Like,
like
I think it makes
Yeah,
sense for
you had
story
the-
for
yeah,
advanced
with every other game before Ghosts, there was
Yeah, but
there was
that's
more than 2
because
factions.
the Ghosts, they were more capable of stopping the Federation.
I mean, yeah,
In Advanced Warfare, Atlas and Sentinel, they were going.
So
head to
here's the
head.
thing. I could understand with Ghost because obviously it was mainly focused around the Ghost team and the Federation. But with Advanced Warfare, it felt a bit too cheesy. It's like, oh, here's one like
Military
team,
probably
and then
couldn't
all of a
handle
sudden here's like the complete opposite. Here's the Rebel Alliance. Oh, look, they come along. That was
They
just
didn't have to change like factions. All they had to do for different certain maps, you could have had a different announcer. And just make the announcer sound good. They've not sounded good for a long time. It's actually part of what makes COD great. Like Modern Warfare 2, you'd get like, enemy AC-130 inbound!
yeah.
And
Yeah,
Advanced
and you'd
Warfare,
have
you get
50 cents.
Tactical nuke coming. It's over.
like the guy in Advanced Warfare sounds like he's depressed when he's
Oh,
telling me the UAV's inbound.
Which one, Gideon or Cormac?
I hate
Both of them.
Cormac. No, Gideon's like UAV above, and then like Cormac's like kill confirmed.
That's like, it gets old very fast.
I sound like a 90-year-old man.
Well, the thing is, they could have had like, well, this is
Mitchell!
an opinion, I guess.
Mitchell, do this,
They could have
Mitchell.
had,
Mitchell, do this.
the enemy guy from KVA. They had the army in
Hades.
that game,
Yeah, they should have had the KVA in there. Like,
but
having
too
like
little bit.
Hades' voice would have been like quite
What
good.
happened to the DLC voiceovers? They were fun. I didn't actually mind things like that.
It's like what they do? It's your boy Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I know it's weird. I know it's
I like
never
the
gonna
drill
happen.
instructor. I'm gonna be honest. I love the drill instructor because he basically just shouts at me, which is kind of weird of having someone shouting at you and you liking it. I know I'm weird, but like
he wasn't M for mature enough. Like he was too. Like if you've ever seen.
I wanted him to like shout right in my ear and calling me a pussy. That's what, like if I was sitting in a corner for like more than 5 seconds, I wanted him to call me a pussy.
I've just realised if you had like Wings of Redemption as a voiceover and you die 3 times in a row, man, you need to rage quit. You're ruining our KD, motherfucker.
No, what they could have done was they could have brought the previous announcers back. Like
Oh my
they could have
God.
had Ice Cube. They could have had Navy SEALs, I guess. 50 Cent.
Can you imagine if they had El Presidor as an announcer?
Yeah, that would be great.
Oh my God! You fucking camping pussy!
That's something I'd pay for.
Oh my God! You sucker! This game sucks. This game blows balls.
I'd buy Wings.
Fuck this game.
Oh
Fuck
yeah, the
this
Wings
game.
one. Everyone would. Wings one would be the best because
Yeah.
he'd say different things. He'd be like, "Oh, you're doing good, you won off that kill streak. Don't die. You should definitely kick that." And then he would like critique your teammates if they were doing bad. You should kick that teammate right there from your lobby.
Yeah, I know.
I'll piss on him. That was a good episode of PK they did.
Well, this is kind of drifted off topic, but
Yeah. But it's been quite fun going off topic a little bit. Now that we've talked about score streaks as well as Wings of Redemption, how do we feel about the perks in Black Ops 3? There's one perk that kind of makes me feel like it could be quite powerful. That's the Sixth Sense perk. Just because, they don't even have to be like touching you. They could like be, I don't know, about 10 feet or so, maybe more than that, and you'll get a notification on your minimap. I think most of the perks do seem quite nice and they seem balanced. But one thing that does bother me though is, like I said, the Sixth Sense perk and Blast Suppressor.
Blast Suppressor is basically useless from what I've like.
Yeah,
seen.
Drifter said he didn't even notice pings on the minimap. So if you don't really notice any pings, then
it'll be an S&D thing. It will be. It will be.
Yeah,
the Sixth Sense thing does worry me a bit.
You just wait. Like when it comes to Search and Destroy, it's going to be like Modern Warfare 3 all over again. It's going to be like with Blind Eye, Assassin, Dead Silence. With with Black Ops 3, it's going to be Blast Suppressor. You're going to have Blind Eye. You're going to have Ghost.
Blind isn't.
Oh, you get. Well, you get.
All three of those are in the same perk slot.
Yeah, all right. So you have Ghost, Blast Suppressor. You've got either Sixth Sense or Dead Silence or Awareness.
Well, the issue
you've got
is
Cold Blooded.
The issue with removing toughness was a great move they did. However, it kind of is counterproductive because what's going to happen is everyone's just going to use Ghost because that's probably going to be the best one, or maybe Flapjack in the first perk slot. Now I'm going to use.
You're still going to move with
Antio.
Ghost though. You still got to like move
well, that's a
plant
good
bombs
thing.
or whatever.
I like how Ghost and Blind Eye are in the same perk slot. That pleases me.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
thing.
like the,
I'm going to use
Black
Cold
Ops
Blooded
2.
because Sixth Sense will probably be OP, so I'll just use Cold Blooded to counter it. I don't care.
Yeah.
So you don't have
I'm going to
worry
use
about it.
either Dead Silence or Awareness. Actually, maybe Tac Mask. I really like Tac Mask.
Do we know how useful the sound is? Because typically Treyarch games sound is completely useless.
From what I've heard, is the sound is pretty good. You can hear footsteps pretty well.
They've changed tack on that. They used to always remove them because they thought it didn't make the Treyarch didn't really like it. Bomb the house.
They should bring back the World at War sound, where you can't tell if it's your footsteps or the enemies.
Oh my god, that's the worst. You just hear a rhinoceros behind you all the time. That's it.
I mean, one thing I hate with Advanced
Rhinoceros.
Warfare was like the footsteps were just so quiet, but yours was like an elephant in the room. It's like toot 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 toot, and then when you boost jump,
I don't think that was intentional. I think that was poor game design. I mean, you
Yeah.
hear the boost jumps extremely loudly across the map. Even if they're using Blast Suppressor, I can hear your
Yeah.
boost across the map
Yeah.
every single time. But I can't hear you moving with this extremely heavy EXO very loudly running around. Like, come on.
yeah, I know.
Jesus.
I mean, I remember when COD was just like, oh, look, I can hear footsteps. That's how I can, like, detect where people are. But, like, now, with Advanced Warfare, it's like, oh, forget footsteps. We're switching over to these exo boost jumps.
Mm.
You know, it's just, I mean, that just bothered me, though, the fact that, you know, you were so loud, but, like, the footsteps on the enemies were just so quiet. Even your teammates were so quiet.
The toughness thing is really good, though, because that
Yeah.
kind of goes back to World at War, guns recoiling and having to have gun control.
Yeah, I was quite happy with that, because, I mean, we can all pretty much agree toughness was literally a crutch perk. If you weren't using it, you were going to lose pretty much all your gunfights.
In Black Ops?
And Black Ops 2.
In any game it's been in. Even Black Ops 1, ironically, it was
Hardened Pro. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Treyarch first introduced it. But it was a pro perk. First of all, it was a pro perk, and second of all, no one really used Hardened. It was Sleight of Hand or Warlord.
Yeah, Sleight of Hand Pro they'd use, or Warlord, but I use Hardened Pro, like with a G11, I'd be far back, and it would make me invincible, because no one could kill me, because I had Hardened Pro.
Yeah, I used to like run Hardened on my LMGs.
I've never used Toughness or any of those perks until Advanced Warfare.
You're a noob, then.
Because in the past games, well, calm yourself. In the past games, I really never even paid attention to that, and that's probably why I would yell so much at the game.
It's essential in any game it's been in.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
See, toughness is really essential, like you said. But my first ever nuclear in Black Ops 2, I wasn't even running toughness. I just had scavenger on.
Yeah, I used to do that all the time. That's when
I don't know how I did it. I really have no idea. How did I do it? I must be that amazing.
Well, I always did good without Toughness.
I mean,
you don't need toughness for things like shotties. It's pointless. It's kind of pointless to use it on a shotgun.
Yeah, I mean, with Black Ops 2, I didn't run toughness. It was just fast hands. I just run around, toss C4 quickly, throw it, concussions and EMPs quickly, dexterity on, run, poop. That's kind of how it went with the shotguns in Black Ops 2. There's also another brand new perk. Well, there's actually quite a few. There's Afterburner, which essentially allows you to like thrust jump and slide for like a longer duration before it like resets. Which I don't think that's going to be a good perk. I think that's going to be way down in in terms of the perks being good or bad. It's going to be on the bad side by far. And there's a new perk called Anti-Up, which basically it's kind of like Hardline, but obviously they made Hardline like an ability with one of the specialists. But basically Anti-Up gives you, I believe it's 200 score every time you spawn. So when you start a match, you automatically have 200 score already. Which I mentioned, this could be a problem in terms of UAV spamming.
Yeah. Everyone will just use Ghost.
Yeah, because think about it. If you're playing like Domination, you've already got 200 score. You get your own home flag. It's probably about 50 score or 100 score. UAV is most likely about 400-ish. So all you really need to do is have Anti-Up on, capture your home flag, get a 1 kill. Already you've got a UAV in. Yeah. I mean, remember Black Ops 2's launch, like when everyone easily got the UAV. It was that's what everyone liked. It was like UAV.
It depends when you can get Ghost. I mean, it will probably be an issue like early game, but then after a week, everyone will just put Ghost on, so it won't really matter.
I mean, that's what really kind of makes me a little bit afraid, because yes, you've got to move with Ghost, but remember, we all know how it turned out when it came to having Ghost and Black Ops, where everyone, even some of the good players just run Ghost.
And Black Ops 1, you mean?
Yeah, and then you had
Ghost Pro is overpowered.
You call the spy plane in, but like no one would show up.
No one would show up, and then I'd realise, wait a minute, do I have a gunship on? Oh my god, that's getting shot down.
Like the worst thing that really annoys me is that, like with Black Ops, like especially when you for playing like freefall, it felt so slow. Like I mean, I didn't want it to be like crazy fast, like Advanced Warfare or Black Ops 2, but a lot of quite most of the time, it just slowed down so much. In terms, like I called in a spy plane, and then only one person would show up. It's like a full lobby, but everyone's running Ghost. So I don't know. Like I mean, I'm afraid that would happen with Black Ops 3 because of this Anti-Up perk. Everyone will run Ghost and Anti-Up. They'll call UAVs in.
Pointlessly.
And then no one will be on the mini map except for like the level 1 scrub who's just joined, who got the game like a week late.
I think Hardline would have been better because this anti-up thing, in theory it's exactly the same as Hardline. It would just take exactly the same amount of time to get the highest streaks. However, I think 200 is a little bit too much. 100 or 150. 200 is way too much to get straight away.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like I said, I don't know if it's exactly 200, but I believe Drifter said it was 200.
Yeah. I hope it's just 100. I think that would be fair.
Yeah, 100 or 150, either way would be fine. 200 is pushing like its boundaries. But they need to have like some kind of replacement for Hardline now that they put Hardline in one of the specialist abilities.
I'll probably just combine them both.
Or as you call it, their supers.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I find it cool that I don't know if that Hardline ability, I don't know whether it does give you double XP, but I know it like doubles your score.
Oh, I'm definitely using that. I don't care about these specials. I won't use them.
I mean, how amazing would it be if it doubled your XP as well?
I'd probably try that. I think it technically would, because you'd get double score, so you'd get your things faster, and therefore you'd be doing better. Therefore, just earn more XP technically, so you'd be playing better.
Technically you would when you put it like that.
In theory.
In theory, whether it comes down to in actual action, I don't know.
I'm not going to use the OP stuff. I'll just use the hardline thing to earn my streaks and rank up fast.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things I try to do my best with like any new Call of Duty game is I tend to go with like the worst stuff because I want to see how usable they are. Like with Advanced Warfare, I mean I can't use like the worst stuff. You just can't. It's just either ASM1 or the Bow 27. And even then you've got the variants. You've got the Speakeasy, the Obsidian Steed, the Strider, and the Inferno. So there's even more layers to it, which makes it even worse.
So happy variants are not coming back. So happy.
Yeah, I know. Like this, the whole
really not coming back. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they're not bringing it back. They've got no supply drop system either.
Oh my god, so good, so good.
But
it's like they're keeping it.
Is kind of like a variant, or no? It's
just the gunsmith. See, here's the thing. From what I know, the gunsmith, all you can really do is put some attachments on it. It doesn't like change a lot. It basically imagine yourself like just going into create a class with a weapon and then putting some attachments on it. It's basically just like that, except you can change the aesthetic look of it. So the stats don't really change. And obviously, if there's one that says, oh, this gives you I don't know, +2 range, but then there's another attachment that gives you -2 range, then obviously those will counter out. So the gunsmith's more for like
cosmetic,
cosmetic and
showing off.
Just the aesthetics of it.
It's Activision's thing. I think that's just an Activision thing. Every single COD game from like Black Ops 2 upwards, especially Ghost with the camos and the cosmetic stuff they put in Advanced Warfare, the advanced supply drops. They need a new thing to make people buy stuff on. And to be honest, I won't mind. If it's all cosmetic, if people want to spend money on it, fine, go ahead. I don't care.
Wait a minute. What were you guys talking about? What are you buying?
It'll be like camos and certain. I bet there'll be like certain attachments.
From what I know,
that doesn't sound good to buy.
There's supposed to be a way where you can actually like trade your custom camos with your friends. So like if one of your friends goes, oh, your paint job, that looks amazing. Can I want to use that? You can like share it with them. So I'm getting a sense that there might be some kind of trading system. There'll be obviously there's the sharing part, but I'm getting a feeling that they're going to implement a trading system where you can not really use real money, but you can like there'll be some kind of way where there'll be wagering and you can buy things just with in terms of like the paint jobs.
There'll be a way to buy stuff. There will not at the launch. They don't typically do that. They do it like a month after or 2 months. Like
someone will make like some amazing design, almost as good as some of the designs you get on Counter-Strike, and then they'll go, oh, all right, how much is this worth? And then obviously the game will calculate how much it's worth. So say you do an amazing design, it's worth 100 coins. Let's just say that. Then someone who has 100 coins from probably, I don't know, getting kills or such, or just doing well in game, they can go, oh look, I can now buy this. I mean,
so COD points are back.
Well, no. What I'm saying is,
Theorizing here.
yeah, this is just in theory. This is what they could potentially do. So rather
in
than
theory, they could
rather than bringing
have-
COD points back, because I mean we already know that COD points aren't coming back because Vonderhaar said that weapon level is back. So
okay.
unfortunately, that means that no COD points is not coming back. But what I'm saying is that there might be a separate thing, like another layer, almost something as I guess you could say as great as supply drops, but done right. Rather than having variants and things that are just too good, that's all based on luck, or or just based on people buying a load of supply drops. Whereas this is just purely cosmetic. It's like, yes, it's the same weapon, but you've got a very, very good design on it. That's really all I'm talking about here.
Yeah, well, I don't really like that. Well, that would be better, but I wouldn't like that because what if someone gets something super good and then I'll never ever get that? So that would kind of piss me off. But that's a good idea.
But there's
one
that.
thing
But then
I'm
again, it's all to
thinking
do
that
with
they could
design
sell
and something that you
is-
make.
What?
What I was saying was that, I mean, it's all. I mean, at the end of the day, you could do the same thing. You can make it, but obviously, you have to put a lot of time into it. Where someone, if they want to go, oh well, I'm not that creative. I don't really have the time, but I want to buy it. Then you can. You can buy that. That awesome custom paint job.
Yeah, you know how in the Call of Duties how they have like animated camos and stuff.
In the Call of Duty.
Like in past Call of Duty games, you can do animated. You can buy animated camos.
Yeah.
In this game, if you can create your own camos and they want to sell something, maybe they can sell customization packs or something. Maybe just one, and it could come with like you can animate camos somehow or something, and you can make a cool animation for your gun.
See,
That's something they can sell.
they could, but to be honest, I think they're just gonna like sell animated like personalization packs. They'll do that. They're obviously gonna do that. Personalization packs were absolutely amazing in Black Ops 2, so there's no doubt about it. They've already got a couple of the guys of the team already working on.
No, I'm not saying like they can't sell like their own like cool 115 or whatever they want to sell, but I'm just saying if someone else wants to create their own animation, they could sell like a pack that lets you do that or something. Like it would already be in the game,
they
but to
could
let you access that feature. You
they
download
could,
like a 1
but
megabyte file. And you
I
can do
think
that.
I think it's just a little bit more complicated than just letting someone animate it within a game just by buying a pack. It's
Well, they do
you've got
stuff
to do
like
like
that all the
keyframes
time
and
where
stuff.
they let you buy like characters that are already in the game, and you're just downloading something
Well,
to
yeah, if they're
unlock that feature.
if the animation thing is already in the game, then yeah, there might be a possibility of you doing that. But if it's something that's not, then obviously I doubt it would.
You could do what they're doing with Fallout 4, where the PC makes the mods, and then they bring the mods over to the console.
Yeah, and then they port it over.
So
to
the PC players could
Xbox
make their
One.
own animated camos, and then they could bring those camos to console, so console users could use them.
They could,
Or they
but
can do that
Activision.
Then
and
but
can
they'd
have
probably
it
try to
inside of the
monetize
product.
it. They would probably definitely try to monetize it, like what Bethesda tried to do with the Skyrim mods, where they tried to make people pay for them, and it just pissed everyone off. I guarantee Activision would probably try to do that.
Yeah.
Well,
with,
yeah, if they do it, they can sell it as like a creator creator pack or something. For
I can
like
guarantee you they're
$10
gonna
to unlock
sell.
that feature.
They're gonna sell like pattern packs. So like they'll have a load of patterns and such that you can choose from different shapes, but then they'll have other like shapes that they'll make afterwards, and they'll sell that in packs. And
They'll find a
then-
way to monetize it. They always do. But that's
Yeah, they
I
will.
don't have any issue with that. You want to make it cosmetic?
If it's purely cosmetic, yeah, I
Monetization,
really
yeah.
have no issue.
It's Advanced Warfare where they overstep the mark with this advanced supply drop thing. First of all, because buying advanced supply drops makes you a retard because you're not guaranteed anything, and the things you're guaranteed aren't. Sometimes they're that good, but really they're not. Like, and they have people encouraging. It's a bad thing to buy. It's a gamble. Yeah, they should just be gone. Thank God they're gone though.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I remember when Condry said before Advanced Warfare released, it was like, oh, no, we're not going to monetize supply drops. And then what happened?
Well, he was right. They didn't monetize supply drops. They just made advanced supply drops.
Yeah, come on now. Oh, wow, they added the word advanced just because it's Advanced Warfare. Wow.
So They kept their word.
It's the same shit. It's the same shit. Like
Yeah,
Well,
they
it's
kept
not
their
because
word,
it's
like,
a different
but,
design for the box. It's called
Unless-
advanced supply drops, and it's kind of different.
I mean,
yeah, but that's like the logic of Final Stand. In
Yeah,
Modern
I was gonna
3.
say
No
that.
last stand,
It's
and then you
like-
have something 10 times more
it's like
overpowered.
yeah, technically it wasn't lying, but at the end of the day, it's pretty much the same shit. Like that's just the way it is. It's the same thing. I mean, all of it. I mean, it's just like James said with Final Stand and Last Stand. Like there was just a slight difference. That's the same thing with supply drops and advanced supply drops. Is that the slight difference was that you had increased odds, and the other difference was that there was the word advanced put in front of it. That was literally the only difference. And even then, with increased odds, you weren't going to be guaranteed something good. So there really was no point of people putting their money towards it. We've gone a little bit off topic now that we're talking about supply drops and advanced warfare.
Okay, well, to get back on topic with, I wasn't here for the topic. There was a burrito brought to me, so I ate that. But if we were talking about selling things, they could sell knives or something. Like in every
Counter-Strike.
Call of Duty, there's always just one standard knife. And if there's variants in Advanced Warfare, you should be able to get a variant knife, like a samurai sword or
Oh
something.
my.
Didn't they get rid of the knives though? Like, isn't it just now you hit them with your gun?
No, there is a knife that's like a
the
ballistic
combat
knife,
knife.
Yeah.
Like the combat knife is still in there, but in terms of like panic knifing or meleeing, you just butt them. You hit them with the stock.
And it won't work, and it's great. I love that.
I've seen it. I've seen the butting in Black Ops 3. It looks like it gives you that nostalgia of Call of Duty 3 and Call of Duty 2. It's just butting someone in the face. It's just.
But you can't kill them instantly, which is good unless they're damaged, which is really good. And we've been calling upon that for years, ever since Modern Warfare 2 after Commando. People have said,
Okay, but what about this? What if someone shoots me or throws something at my leg? Do I die?
So they shoot
If
you
I
and
get
then
shot, yes. If I get shot 5 times in the arm or one of my bionic
And then they butt
legs.
you. Yeah, you die
Yeah, but
Why?
that's
you're
fair.
already
Why would I die?
because you're already damaged.
But why am I damaged?
Because you've
It's
been
a
shot
bionic
5
arm.
times.
But the bullets would just go through. That's not my actual flesh.
It is if it goes through your body.
No, it's going through one of my bionic parts. So that part should just become unusable, and you'd either have to crawl on the map or you have to use one arm.
Well,
That'd be very difficult to program. You just got 100 health and you take damage wherever they shoot you. That's
you
how
want to
it
know
works.
why Einstein? What you want to know why? Because COD logic. That's why.
Yeah, it's just 100 health when you get damaged. That's how it works.
It's only.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's
an
a
arcade
game.
shooter. It's not armor.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's good, people don't understand a lot of the time. There's only real reason why they've done it. Is because when I'm shooting someone with an SMG or a shotgun and I get hit marker, it's completely unfair. They just put their finger on the bloody thumbstick and I die instantaneously. And they're not even looking at me. Like, they look at a wall and they just whoosh, I'm dead. I'm like, what? No! No! And it just happens, and it's the worst crap ever. Thank God it's gone. I'm really happy it's gone. I'm like really happy. That's the only reason I'll buy it, probably.
Well, they look at that wall, and then you're dead. And even when you're dead and your body's on the ground, it takes 2 seconds before their body just turns around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
like
broken camera angles.
horrendous. It's
God.
horrendous, man. It's
Okay, so another thing is, I don't know, I didn't say anything for the time to kill stuff, but I want to say one thing, and it's kind of the same question, but I seen there's a tomahawk in Black Ops, and if
combat
someone
axe.
throws,
It's sadly,
combat axe.
sadly, it's still called the combat axe, which I'm disappointed with. It should be called the tomahawk.
If someone throws that at me, do I die? Because if you
Yeah.
don't die from, why do you die? If I get knifed or
Because it's
whatever, I
Call
don't
of
die.
Duty.
Because 1, it's Call of Duty. 2, fuck logic.
So if I knife someone,
And
I expect
say-
them to die too.
well, the reason why, right? The reason
And
why
if I have a
knifing is
bionic arm and I hit someone
And
with
see, it's
my
tomahawk.
gun, their head explodes.
You're
knife-
Jack.
the
You're
knife,
thinking a bit too far with this. This
the
is
knife.
COD.
You're just pressing an analog, like these. I call them the default layout noobs. Yeah, you know those people who still don't use tactical. They just press their thumb on the thumbstick and you're dead. The reason why it's overpowered is because they can just hit in any direction and they'll hit you. With a tomahawk, you actually have to aim on the person and it kills them. With a knife, you just press the button in the vicinity and you will always win. You would kill them. That's why it's overpowered.
Okay,
It's like an
but
area of effects thing.
if someone's right next, or somebody just pushes the button, LB, whatever it is, RT or LT, whatever it would be for PlayStation, someone does that and the tomahawk goes and it bounces off of something and it touches my little bionic toe and I die, then I'm gonna break the game because it doesn't make sense. And then if I hit
Well, it's
someone
been
with my
happening
gun,
since MW2 with the throwing knife, so I don't see the
Yeah,
well,
problem.
that's rare
well,
anyway. It
the
doesn't even happen.
problem now is that if I knife someone, they would die, and if I hit someone with a throwing knife, they would die. But now, if I knife someone, I'd have to like wait and hit them twice or something for him to die.
Well,
Yeah,
they
but
used to do that in
So
COD 3, like it used to be
And
double
COD
hit.
2.
yeah, but
Yeah.
well, let's think
in
about it like
COD
this:
3,
like
I only played the campaign.
how many times in the game
It's
of any COD,
balance.
how many
Yeah.
times in any COD where they've had these throwing knives or tomahawks or combat axes, have you died in a game? Sometimes you'll die once, or sometimes someone will be doing it a lot and you'll die a few times. Yeah, but it's rare. Panic knifing has been an issue in COD for ages because you will just die by these noobs who will camp in a corner. You'll shoot them a few times, dead
Yeah,
every single time.
just lunge in front of you.
It fixes a massive issue which broke the game and made it completely uncompetitive, ruined competitive in many ways too. It's a really good thing that they got rid of it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand everything is balanced, but there has to be someone to just like say something.
And you can still
Hopefully
assassinate.
there
You can
is
get
interesting.
behind.
Oh,
can't
you mean like the YouTubers and competitive players?
Oh,
Well,
because they're the best to be
Yeah.
the voice for the community.
Yeah,
Yeah, nah.
because
Yeah,
their
based
opinion
on-
is the one they should listen
no,
to.
I mean like somebody in here has to like question the ones like you have to ask
Yeah,
questions.
yeah. That's the point. You're supposed to be the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
That's how it works. I think I understand where you're coming from. But can you kill someone instantly if you go behind them with a knife?
I think you can.
Uh,
I think you can. I think if you get them from behind
Or
an
do you have to
angle.
hit the head, which would make sense.
could you imagine if they had this in MW2, like the lunge, but all you see is someone just like throwing their gun at you, and it just kills you? Like
No,
that'd just be
here-
hilarious.
Here's what would happen if this was in Modern Warfare 2. Like when you're going to press the melee button, like the gun is already in the person's face, and your character's like he thinks he's still holding the weapon. So the gun just flies off first, and then the character then catches up.
Commando didn't annoy me in
Like
Modern
Thor's
2 because
hammer.
everything was OP.
Oh, Commando fucking dead. Especially when someone was like halfway across the map, and then they're like, zoop, you're
Now
dead.
the worst thing was the care package glitch when that took them so long to fix, and the javelin glitch. Like you'd see someone with a javelin, and you knew they were doing the glitch.
Oh
And you
yeah.
couldn't kill them because you know you'd die, so you had to run away from the person who was doing the javelin glitch. They ruined the game. Hated it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you see someone kill himself, and all of a sudden you see like this massive like cluster. You're like, what the hell is this? And then just
It was like
takes
twice
out
the
a
damage
massive-
of a predator missile. It was like insane. It
yeah,
was.
it was like having like 3 predator missiles in like a triangle formation, just slam the ground, and a blast wave just goes out. That's what it was.
That game
like.
was so
That thing
broken,
was
but it was so fun.
balls.
Yeah.
So we're moving on to the next.
Yeah, I think now we've talked quite a bit about the multiplayer side. How do we feel about the cooperative campaign? I know some people were complaining. Some people were complaining about how there's lack of colour, but then again, you know, to me it reminds me of Call of Duty 4 colour scheme in terms of like the browns and such. And then the other part is probably about the whole graphics and how like the graphics look, because people are always going to like moan about the graphics. Like, oh look, it doesn't look as good as Advanced Warfare, and I'm just sat there like, but at the end of the day, if the gameplay is good, I don't really care about the graphics. Like I really don't care. But playing the game cooperatively, it looked all right. But you know, what do you think, Alex?
Well, as you know,
Sorry to interrupt you. Whoever's chatting in the Skype chat, stop. All right, proceed.
as you know, I really love story, and that's really the one thing I look for in a video game. That's why I like RPGs so much. And Call of Duty's story has been lacking a lot recently, with the past 3 games. I didn't even think Modern Warfare 2, or Black Ops 2 story was that good. I I've kind of accepted that the story in this game probably won't be good because of the cooperative aspect of it, and usually co-op games aren't really that good with story.
Hmm.
So I'm kind of going into this like as I'm just going to go play with my friends and I'm going to have a good time, and I'm not really going to care about who dies or what happens.
Yeah.
I am impressed with the voice acting though. They didn't like whoever the main character is like that they show during like the cinematic trailers. He has a really cool voice, and I really like him. Um,
What does he look like?
it's just the guy that you play, like, well, not you play as, but like, whenever he's helping the other character push down that door so that they can get into
I think his name's Hendrix.
Hendrix. Yeah, Hendrix sounds pretty boss.
Yeah, I think he's played by Nolan North. Richtofen. Because there was a listing
Cool.
on I think not Richtofen's page.
The wiki.
On Nolan North's like wiki page, and there's like a listing for Black Ops 3, and it says he does voice of Hendrix and also the voice of Edward Richtofen.
Okay, that's
which,
cool then.
I mean, I don't know whether it's Wikipedia. You know, anyone can edit it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Anybody can inspect element or something, but
yeah. True.
But whoever plays Hendrix, he has an awesome voice, and I like it. As for color, that mission was really brown, but as we've seen in the campaign trailer, they go all around the world pretty much. So
Yeah.
there's gonna be different,
So
color schemes.
when
And also
you're in like
you're
the
in
jungle
Cairo, you're
area.
in Cairo, Egypt. It's gonna be brown. So
Yeah, it's like when you're in the jungle, it's like everything's green, nothing but
Yeah.
green.
Oh, and when you're in the water,
green.
did you know everything's blue?
Blue, blue.
So
Yeah.
obviously color is going to change. So I don't think you should really
Well,
complain
if they
about
go to
that.
California, the water might be a little bit brown.
Black from the oil that's spilled,
Yeah. There is no water. It's
and
100%
brown
pure
from the
oil.
grass that you don't have.
Pure crude oil. No water there.
Okay.
But yeah, like when I saw the campaign, I thought to myself, it looks fun when you play it cooperatively, but I didn't get a sense of the mission. Like, in previous titles where there's a certain objective, there's a certain thing to do, whereas with this, it's almost like, go forward, take out this piece of machinery, then kill some
like
bad
Halo.
guys.
I
It
thought
kind
it
of
was a
reminds me
tutorial
of.
mission, wasn't it?
I don't know, but
It
I
reminds
thought
me
they
of Halo.
portrayed it as a tutorial mission.
it kind of reminded me of is it like the raids or strikes or something like that? It reminds me of like the raids or strikes in Destiny, where there was this one raid that I did. God, took forever to do, but it's just where you kill off like the horde of enemies, but then you've got like the big boss thing. It kind
Yeah,
of felt like that.
we didn't get the debriefing like they usually show the debriefing before the level starts, so we don't really know what the objective was entirely. All I saw was we were trying to destroy those giant gun things that had
Yeah.
trophy systems on them. So
Well, recently
Well, which gameplay are you guys talking about? The one
the
where
campaign.
helicopter-
the Ramsey station, was it Rise and Fall? I think the mission's called.
Well, I don't know
Yeah.
the name of the mission, but did a helicopter drop a wall? Like
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Then they
that
blow up.
reminds me exactly of like Gears of War or Halo. Like there's a objective, but it's not like the past Call of Duties where it's like you're pretty much given a straight path to go, but you can go to the sides and stuff. It looks like you can go all over the place and do whatever. Like it doesn't seem like they're forcing you to go one way. Well, there are 4 people, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that's just what it reminds me of.
Yeah, like I said, like with like the previous titles, you kind of get the idea of like a mission, like say I don't know, all gillied up. You got to be stealthy, get past the Russians, and then try and take out Zakayev. That's basically the generalization. Then you go back to the evac point, and then you get picked up. Well, whereas with this, it's almost like I said, almost similar to like the Destiny raids, where it's just kill a load of enemies, and then there's like a couple of these big like pieces of machinery, this piece of armor, these vehicles, and you've got to try and take them out with like rockets and such. It just kind of reminded me of that. I'm hoping that's not with all the missions. I mean, obviously that's just one, but I really hope that all the other missions are going to be much. Well, I don't want them to be just like in previous titles, but I want it to be more familiar. So I've got a
that's why I
sense
was
of what I'm
saying-
doing.
that's why I was saying that with cooperative, the story usually isn't as good. Like from that one mission, I mean, obviously you can't judge the entire campaign on one mission, but from that one mission, it just kind of made me feel like this isn't going to be really a story-driven game. It's going to be more of a play with your friends and kill the bad guy kind of game.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that there is going to be some. I mean, there must be some story to it if it's related to Black Ops and Black Ops 2. But yeah, I get that feeling as well. It's just shoot this, next mission, shoot this. Then you got the big boss, shoot him, next mission. Like that's the feeling I get. Obviously, this is just one mission, so we can't judge it. But
not to mention Marshawn Lynch is in the game.
Oh yeah,
he's a villain.
Yeah, he's a villain.
That's really bizarre. I don't.
Yeah, that was kind of out of the blue.
I don't like it either. It's kind of a bad.
That's very strange. It's just strange. I don't even think it's bad. I just think it's very odd. But I haven't watched the campaign for.
Why do you think it's bad though?
I don't like celebrities in my games. I don't like. I
Kevin
like Kevin
Spacey.
Spacey, but I didn't like him as a villain. Like he was a good villain, but I just don't like celebrities, like really well-known names in video games.
I know.
Because I know that guy is a celebrity, and I know who he is, so it just makes me kind of be like,
Oh, so you like it when it's like you've never heard of this guy? Like, oh, this guy's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of
like what they're doing with the new Star Wars. They're adding new characters that no one's heard about.
I think David Cameron would be a good villain in Call of Duty. British Prime Minister.
Yeah, that would.
I'd play the crap. Wouldn't you buy that? Like if you had him as a separate mission.
No,
I haven't watched him.
You don't have your card. Well, get up. You're out the NHS.
Next Call of Duty.
Make sure you have your card next time. Like, oh, what's that? You want to use our tools? That'll be £20.
Yeah, it would be a bit horrendous. I haven't watched the campaign footage because I actually like campaign every year, even though the last two ones have been horrifically bad endings. Because I like to be surprised. That's the point. That's the point of campaign. That's why I've never understood the COD marketing.
You'll certainly be you'll certainly be surprised when you actually see that mission, because it doesn't remind you of a COD game. Like Jack said, it was almost like Gears of War or like Destiny.
Yeah, that Vonderhaar's obsession with Destiny disturbs me because he's actually a type of bloke and he should know that the two main flaws of Destiny was the broken multiplayer. Whether you like it or not, it's completely broken.
Yeah, when I played when I played Destiny's beta. I did not like the PvP. I did not like that. I spent most of the time going throughout the missions, the raids and such. That was it. Like I tried PvP and I remember this one vehicle that you could use.
On the moon?
Yeah, and that was just so OP.
It was very bad. I think Vonderhaar might be better at Destiny than he is at his own game.
Yeah, he does seem obsessed with it, like you see with his tweets, and that is worrying because Destiny.
He likes the game because that's probably not good to say, but anyway, him.
Well, it's great if you like the game, but it's
from Destiny. He's probably his idea to bring certain features from Destiny into COD is to improve the features and to make them better.
Yeah, I mean,
the special
Call of Duty and Destiny are two complete separate things. I mean, that's like having, say, I don't know, Tina with her muffins. But yeah, it's like having Tina enjoying Halo, and then all of a sudden, now you've got Armor Lock.
Oh my God! Please stop now.
Well, you got to think about if they
a great game ruined by one
thing.
Now you've got Armor Lock in Ghost 2.
It would be okay.
The Ghost developed the Needler.
Imagine if they brought Armor Lock, that's something. If they had that as an ability or
you
a
thought
paid
big ass
ability.
maps, quick time to kill, and campers were bad.
Wouldn't put it past Activision. The Armor Lock specialist ability.
We got Riley and we added the Grunt.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't say that. Having a specialist ability with Armor Lock. Oh my God.
If any of the viewers or listeners don't know what Armor Lock is, basically, the geniuses at Bungie thought it would be a great idea to add an ability where you press RB, or is it LB? I'm not sure. I think it was RB. You pressed the ability, and you were invincible, and your shield kind of recharged too.
Yeah.
So you could be having a gunfight and lost.
You just punched the ground.
So
and
yeah,
you just stood there.
So
and it
basically,
hit someone near you too. So that shield went down.
So basically, with Armor Lock, you just kneel down, punch your fist to the ground, and then you have this massive dome shield around your body that lasted quite some time. And then it was so annoying in terms of you're in a one-on-one gunfight with someone, they go armor lock, and then all of a sudden they're out of armor lock. They hit you once, they melee you, back
And
in
back
armor
in
lock
armor
again,
lock, yeah.
then get back out, and then hit you again, and you've lost. You're dead.
Yeah, you're dead.
Or if you're in like one of the like a banshee or something, and then all of a sudden armor lock, boom, banshee's destroyed.
That was Bungie's last game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, now we know why.
Reach was
Their last
sadly
game.
Bungie's last game. Imagine if Bungie never like stopped Halo. Like imagine if it went on with Halo 4. Because Halo,
Probably
I've played
look
Halo
better.
4. Halo 4 isn't so bad, but there's parts of
Story
Halo
is.
4. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
It was a love story. Twilight was better.
I mean,
we have gone a bit off topic, but
yeah.
Okay.
Let's just sit and talk about Halo for like the next half an hour.
yeah.
Yeah, but if they did, like James, if they put armor lock as a special ability in Black Ops 3, I'm blaming you. I'm pointing.
Or
the
if they made it
fingers-
playable. I would publicly, burn the game and then just say we're not playing COD again, mate. That's done.
Oh, man.
You're done with that.
Imagine if they made armor lock, but even worse. Like, imagine if you were in armor lock, like like a massive like blast wave just go off and kill everyone in the nearby vicinity.
Well, they would. They would. Don't play past Activision. They would love to.
So
do
you punch the ground, a massive shockwave happens. Like, but you're protected though. Like you've got this shield, so it's oh no, it's armor lock pro. That's what that is.
Right,
like-
that's going to happen now. We've
It's-
just ruined the game.
We've just ruined the game, people. You can blame all of us. We've just ruined it. I swear, if they do put it in, I'm
Do you
gonna
want
be-
to bring up the PS4 thing and the last gen thing?
Hold on,
yeah,
Before we
that's
change topics, I just want to say, I think that if they have proper, like, good actors to be villains and heroes in Call of Duty games, some people would be good, but Marshawn Lynch, I'm not too sure what he would do besides being like a muscle guy, probably saying a few crazy things and then killing a lot of
just here
people
to
and
be a
then
villain.
escaping. Yeah, but I don't know. I can see like good actors being heroes for like not the main person, because the main person should be someone you've never heard of before, but like their sidekick or something, like the people on another squad that help them out every now and then. It
Yeah.
could be like a good actor.
Yeah, have David
like
Morrissey,
Chris
the
Evans or
governor.
something.
Just
Chris
have him in.
Evans, good person.
like one thing I really hate, like in terms of the marketing with like the campaign and story, is that they give it all away like before the game's out. It's like, oh yeah, this is the villain, and I'm like, dude, don't tell me. I want to find out myself when I get
That's
it
why
on
I'm
launch.
avoiding it. That's why I
Like-
avoid that.
Like when they say, oh, like Kevin Spacey, like, and they're like, oh yeah, Kevin Spacey's the main villain. And I'm like, dude, why would you do that? That completely ruined it. Because now I'm expecting Kevin Spacey to hop along, and he's like, you seem like a nice guy. Here, join me. Like you just no. But here's the thing, it's you think them telling you who like the villain is bad, like they don't just do that, but they tell you what role they are. Like they like oh yeah, this guy's the villain. Don't tell me. Like, it's bad enough you told me the character, now you're telling me that they're a villain or whether they're the hero. Don't. Like, I want to know it. Like, if they just didn't bother with it, like, if they were like, oh yeah, here's like a campaign trailer, or a couple of them, and then like they just didn't bother speaking about it and wait until a launch day, I guarantee you everyone will be more interested with the story. They'll go, oh look, this guy, yeah, he's the villain, or oh look, this guy, he's like a henchman or something. Whereas you just expect it, and it ruins it a bit. It's kind of like in terms of when they make a lot of the things playable, like in previous years, like Black Ops 2, for example, like they made pretty much everything playable at Gamescom. Like, and I'm like, why would you like just give everything there? I mean, they pretty much showed most of the things within Black Ops 3 multiplayer, like in terms of like perks, score streaks, weapons, etc. They've shown most of it off, and it's not even Gamescom. It was at E3, so it kind of slowly. Whilst it's nice to know that there's that we got some juicy intel, but at the same time it just ruins the feel of it, the hype of it. And then a week after, everyone's going to be like saying, "Oh, Ghost 2, we need some Ghost 2 info." It's going to happen. That's just the way it is. But yeah, I wish they change it up a bit. And they just wouldn't tell me like months before the game's released who the villain is or who's in the game. Like, just don't do that, please. But it's Activision marketing. That's just how it goes.
Well,
But yeah,
going back to the topic of like Destiny weapons before we go to the next, I just want to know what everybody thinks about them. Like very shortly, if you guys can, what do you guys think about them bringing something from Destiny to a Call of Duty game?
I think it's. I think it's. Yeah, I mean, it kind of solves the issue with character customization because, I mean, I say an issue because yes, it's nice to have a nice character, but first off, it's a first-person shooter, not a third-person shooter, and second off, it's. What was I gonna say? I completely forgot what I was gonna say now. I'll come back to that. But yeah, Jack, do you want to carry on what you were saying? Completely forgot what I was going to say.
Destiny, well, I really don't mind them bringing in elements from Destiny or any game that they really enjoy, as long as, like, Destiny, their special weapons and their abilities, I didn't really like that too much, but if they can figure out a way to make it work in COD, like I'm pretty sure they have. I haven't played the game personally. None of us have, so I can't really say. I haven't seen any gameplay of any of those things that are from Destiny, but I'm pretty sure it will be good or it wouldn't be in the game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very positive that this thing is something that would not be in the game if it wasn't good.
Yeah. I remember what I was going to say. First off, the fact that it's a first-person shooter, not a third-person shooter, and the second thing is that with character customization, you couldn't exactly tell about who was on what in terms of the teams, because with the previous Call of Duty games, you were just a generated character, but you were a generated character that you knew was on whose team. So, say like someone with that what was it? What I can't. I'm not with it tonight.
Reaper.
No. What's that horror? That like the Halloween kind of like horror character. Not Freddy Krueger.
Jason.
Yeah. Was it Jason Voorhees? Yeah, like that type of mask. Like when you saw that in Modern Warfare 3, you instantly knew that person was on the PMC side. So So you could tell, who was on who from a distance away. Whereas with the character customization, it's almost like, is that my teammate? Is that the enemy? What? But yeah, I think one thing's quite cool with the specialist is that, in a sense, it's kind of like what they did with Black Ops when they had like your character would change depending on your tier 1 perk. Whereas with this, it's like your character changes depending on who they are. Depending on what ability, what type of ability, power, and whatever. And the fact they've got a backstory as well. I mean, I don't think anyone's really going to give a crap about the backstory. I'm sorry, but
no one's going to care after they've played the game. But on the first day, people are going to be very, very interested in what their specialist is and how they got here. Because, I mean, personally, I'm very interested
I don't think so. I think
why
people
they have these bionic abilities and why they're chosen.
I think. Well, yeah, that'll be explained in the campaign. But like, I think people, when it comes to like the multiplayer, people aren't going to like go into the backstory. Excuse me. They're just going to go and play. That's all they're going to do. They're just going to hop in, choose a weapon, choose an ability or weapon, perks, score streaks. They're just going to play. That's what they're going to do. They want to rank up as fast as they can on the first day. But yeah,
see, on the first day, everyone is looking through the game. They like, I know for me, it's probably different because of my play style. Always look through the game and I figure out what I like. I always go to private match first, test some things out, and then I go into it. So if the specialist they have a backstory, I would like to read it. Like, I like reading the like debriefing and intel that you get from the campaign. And if they have it in multiplayer now, where you can just read about your character and stuff, that's kind of cool. It's like adopting a puppy or something.
Yeah, I'm
adopting a puppy.
Great comparison there. But yeah, like I'm not really like that when it comes to like first day. I just go straight in. Like I go with what I've got. I go straight in. I don't bother testing. And I do that because I want to experience it. Like if I test it out beforehand, then I know what's bad, what's good. Whereas if I go in game, it's like it's that reaction, that first time experience, which is it's kind of like what I did when I did like map pack live comms. Like it was like the first time. It's like if I go in private match or combat training, you know, it's not as interesting because when it comes to playing on the maps, you know, in multiplayer wise online, it's just you know everything. Whereas in terms of something new, you want to have that reaction, you know, like, oh, cool, I haven't seen this before, or, oh, I didn't know that there was this part of the map, or, you know, like, when it comes to, like, the weapons, it's like, wow, this weapon fires fast. You know, it's the first time reactions and the experience that's why I don't tend to go into private match, and I just go straight in, like a noob.
So, how about that PS4 stuff?
Yeah, that's the thing we're going to talk about next. The whole PlayStation deal and the backlash, which I'm going to be the first to say as an Xbox One owner, the whole Xbox Ori Riot hashtag, it's a load of BS. Okay,
It's very immature.
It's ignorant. I mean, come on.
No, it's just done by dumb people who you're rioting over the ability to fix things you don't even know what they're like.
Okay, well, let's not forget about the Zombies Are We Riot thing, which Syndicate really did start. Zombies Are We Riot, so I think it's the same thing because Microsoft, even on like PC, that's where Call of Duty's always came from. It's always been like Microsoft operating system, I guess.
Platforms.
Platform where COD has been first. So, like 8, 7, however many years it's been, now they're going to Sony. I can see where a lot of people are upset. A lot of people probably did buy an Xbox for the wrong reason of them expecting to play COD DLC first.
Here's the thing. I'm going to stop you right there because if you bought an Xbox One, this is to everyone that's watching this when it comes to the video. If you bought an Xbox One just to get DLC early, you are an idiot. I'm sorry, but you are. I mean,
what about the idiots that have completely switched to the PS4 for DLC?
They're even worse. They're even worse.
Is, like, literally,
they completely sold their consoles. They forgot about friends.
I know that we weren't going to say the word retarded, but they are. That's retarded. Like, if you're going to consider switching console just because you can get DLC early, just for one game. I mean, I got my Xbox One for a number of reasons, okay? Yes, having DLC early was part of the reason, but the main reason was I had friends on 360, I was used to the controller, I was used to the way Xbox went about, and so I thought, well, I'm going with an Xbox One because I've got friends, I'm used to the controller, I know what games to expect, like Halo, Forza, blah, 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 blah. So I knew what I was getting into. Like, the whole DLC early thing, that was just like I guess you could say, an added topping.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. We're still getting the game, and the only thing that hurts for me, I love zombies. I mean, like when I've done my multiplayer rounds, I will have to wait 30 days to play it. So what I'll do is I'll kind of have to avoid YouTube for about a week. So
I played PS3 during Black Ops 1's life cycle. So I know what it's like waiting for zombies, especially really good zombies, which I think Black Ops 3 will redeem itself with zombies, unlike Black Ops 2, which was horrible, in my opinion.
That pack was good.
Mob of the Dead was good. I liked Mob of the Dead.
I like Buried. I thought Buried was a good map.
Waiting for zombies maps in Black Ops 1 was just awful. It literally killed me because Black Ops 1 DLC was awesome. Now Call of Duty DLC is kind of like meh. So
the Call of Duty DLC is just over the top. Yeah, they go really over the top. It loses its
appeal in a week. You just like I grinded Exo Zombies the last map. Yeah, I was rank 20 in the world at one point, and I was like, oh wow, this is so boring. The leaderboard system sucks anyway.
I know, DLC, and it's been this way since I want to say Ghost. That I have the season pass, but there's no point for me to play the maps because I've already seen the maps weeks before. I've seen zombies the weeks before, and even if I didn't see even if I chose not to watch any gameplay, the maps don't interest me at all because the base maps and some of the games where just the maps are completely awful all around, I still would rather play the base maps than the DLC, so that's why it doesn't bother me.
They need to stop making these hectic maps and like making them cool and just make them 3 lanes and colorful. Like, that's the problem with Ghost. They tried to make, like, the field orders and, like, the maps, like, really hectic and stuff, and it just didn't work out right. Just like their base maps, they didn't work out correctly.
I think the multiplayer maps are better, though. in Ghost the DLC than the base maps because there
Oh,
was at
yeah.
least 5 maps in Ghost.
They were
Disc
smaller.
version
They
terrible.
were smaller and just much more,
Yeah, they were more
compact.
medium sized.
But
See, well,
I
that's-
still wasn't a fan of them, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, you weren't really a fan of the multiplayer.
Because I don't like any deal. Like, I don't know, at this point, like, now that I think about it, I don't know why I've been buying DLC. Well, obviously, now that I think about it, it's been for YouTube, but there's no point with, if I have to wait 30 days and I really don't like the DLC, there's no point for me to switch to PS4 to play DLC that I'm not a fan of, and there's
Yeah.
no point for me to do Xbox or Wii U Riot.
I mean,
anything like
I
that.
mean, in terms of like the DLC, I've played the Exo Zombies map Infection once, and then the
Oh, that was horrible.
What-
That map.
what was the what's the one that came out with the recent map out, the Supremacy one? What's it
Carrier.
called?
It's Carrier. That's
Carrier.
actually the bit there. It has
I've
some
n-
horrible taints
Yeah, the
to
boat,
it,
the
but
boat.
it is a bit better, but it's just slightly less horrible.
I've
Infection is
I've
one
not
of the
even
worst
played
maps
that.
I've ever played.
I've not even played like Carrier Exo Zombies. I've not even played that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
better
I've
than
been-
Infection, but Infection is just so bad. It's not hard to be better than it.
Yeah, I
I'd
know.
also like to add on to the people that don't understand why they went and moved to Sony is that Sony has sold almost three times as many consoles as Microsoft. So that's the main reason. You're getting a bigger.
That is the main reason.
You're getting
Yeah.
you're getting more people
There's
to buy
a
your,
lot of
your
factors taken
DLC.
into this.
It's
And
more, it's
you
more
have to
money
think
and it's
about
just more
them
people.
working.
Yeah,
You
it's
have to
like
think
that-
about Activision working with
it's-
Sony with
At the end of
Destiny.
the-
They probably built
Yeah.
their relationship.
At the end of the
more
day,
with that.
these companies just go for money. That's all it is. So
It's not just
Well,
that.
it's,
The
it's
PS4
not
is
just money.
easier.
You have to think about it from
The
their point
PlayStation
of view, like
4
you were saying yesterday.
There's-
If
it's
they've been
just
working
money,
with
because-
Xbox their whole
there's
their
about
whole
twice. There's
life,
twice as more PlayStation 4s than there is with the Xbox One. Not to mention the fact that that means that more people
Well,
are going to
that-
buy the game than the PS4. Not
See,
also
that
to
just
mention
doesn't
So-
matter
that the
for people.
PS4
people.
is slightly more powerful
Well,
than
and
the Xbox
They
One.
could have done that at the start of Advanced Warfare. They didn't have to wait. I think
Yeah,
the
but they
main
were-
reason they changed
here's
is
the
because
thing.
after Destiny they built a stronger relationship with Sony, and it made the decision easier for them to figure out what they wanted to do. So I think that played
Yeah.
a huge part
There's one
in
more thing
them
going to the
going
game.
to Sony.
The PS4 is much easier to develop games on. That's why Treyarch had those PS4s in there.
Yeah.
It's their lead platform. They obviously find it much easier, and it's way easier for the devs if they can get the DLC on
Yeah.
the platform they find
Which is
easiest.
really funny because
It's
the
kinda
PS3
like-
was impossible to code.
Impossible, yeah. It was
Yeah, most
literally.
of the games.
Unless you're Naughty Dog, who can make it like the greatest console known to man.
Well, that's
with
because
The
they
Last of
knew
Us.
it. Like
Oh my
Treyarch,
god.
like
Yeah.
everyone says Treyarch are the gods, and I love Treyarch, but the PS3 versions of their games, especially at launch, were absolutely
Oh,
horrendously
Black Ops
bad.
1 was so bad on PS3.
Oh, I remember seeing
Black Ops 1 was
footage of
bad the
that.
whole
Just
launch,
to
and
show
then Black
how
Ops 2, the first
bad
month,
that was
it
on
would just
PlayStation
crash.
3.
It would just crash
Okay.
the whole screen. It was
Yeah.
I
horrific.
still had fun.
Yeah, it was still good because you had a lot of players and stuff, but the PS3 ports were horrendous in the Black Ops
Okay,
era.
what do you guys
Yeah, I
think
never
about the
played
PS3?
PS3 Black Ops 2, so.
If you
Huh?
okay, I want to start with you, Alex. You had a PlayStation, you said, until like 2011. What made you go to Xbox?
All my friends.
Hmm.
All right, Jordan, did you have a PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 2?
Yes, in fact, I've got a PlayStation 2 behind me right now.
Everybody owns a PlayStation 2.
But yeah, I mean,
I've
I've got so many like different types of platforms. Like I've got, I've got the Commodore
Well, what I'm saying
Amiga,
is
which
what
some
made you-
people watching this will probably not even know what the Commodore Amiga is. So that just goes to show how old school I've been. I mean, I played PlayStation, PlayStation 2, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy, original Xbox. I played on the GameCube. I've got a Nintendo DS with a nice Pikachu cover on it.
Back on the
What
topic
made
real
you
quick.
change platform though?
Well, here's the thing. With what's it like? Because I was still playing on PlayStation 2 when the 360 was out. The main thing really was the fact that everyone I knew had a 360. I was on PlayStation 2, so I wasn't even
Yes.
upgraded. And I don't like. Let me try and think. When did the PlayStation 3 come out?
2006.
2006. 1 year
right.
after the 360.
Right. So I got my Xbox 360 Christmas 2008, I think. Yeah, to Christmas 2008 it was.
That's when it
When
started
I-
hitting its stride.
When I got my 360. But it was mainly due to the fact that everyone I knew had a 360, and at the time 360 was way more popular than the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, there was a reason for that. Didn't mean to interrupt, really. The Xbox One launch was horrific, but the PS3 launch is still one of the worst launches of the console ever.
It was so expensive.
It was so expensive, and they sold it at a loss. It cost them $900 to make, and they sold it for $600. They still sold it at a loss. It's because
they put Blu-ray in it, and they tried.
I remember that.
They put backwards compatibility in it. They had all these USB. They had so much crap on it.
They tried to make, especially like with the Blu-ray, like they tried to make it out like this was something brand new, like something amazing. Everyone needs it. But like
by
these
the way,
days,
the PS3 is a fantastic console. Like if you get the right people to code for it, like Naughty Dog, it is insanely good.
Well, they turned it around, Sony. It took about 4 years.
I think it is more powerful than the Xbox 360, but it's just so hard to code for.
Really hard to code for. Yep.
Yeah.
And also the
RAM
on the screen is a bit lower, but it's kind of hard to explain, but it is more powerful, but it isn't in some ways. It's really strange. I wanted to ask guys, what did you feel about last gen? And I wanted to add something on last gen real quick. You know, getting Black Ops 3.
I don't think they should. I'm sorry, go on. I thought you were done.
Oh no, so I was just saying, people haven't mentioned one big flaw of last gen, which it actually it affects Ghosts and Advanced Warfare. People can mod last gen, right? They hack and they can get modded accounts, but they can transfer their accounts over to next gen. I hope they don't put that deal in, because people just transfer like 10 prestige or 50, whatever prestiges, over to next gen and have these modded accounts with modded stats and all this crap. It kind of affects the next gen with these hacked things. That's why I don't like last gen getting it, personally.
Yeah, I haven't come across like a single hacker within Ghosts or with Advanced Warfare on Xbox One.
I've seen with modified stats, like obviously hacked stats.
I think I've seen maybe once or twice in terms of stats with Ghost, but overall in terms of like hacking, someone being invisible, someone modding, changing colours around, having like infinite ammo or whatever, I haven't seen any of that bullshit on Xbox One.
It's happened on PS4. It's way more.
I've not seen it on Xbox One. I think I might have seen some stats being altered, but I've not seen anything in terms of legit hacking. I've not seen any of that.
The point is, it leaves that door open, for them to get.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It irritates me a lot, really.
I don't like how the people are complaining that it shouldn't be worth $60 when you're getting 3 main game modes. Like, you may not get the right features. Like, you can only have 2 people play in the co-op campaign, but I still think it's worth $60.
Black Ops 3 shouldn't even be on last gen.
True.
So the fact that it is coming to last gen, all these last gen customers, they need to be grateful that it's still coming to last gen, rather than bitching saying, oh well, yeah, thanks for bringing it to my last gen downgraded not so great console, but now that the fact that because my console is limited, that all the features that are going to be on like PC, Xbox One, PS4 are not going to be available for me. Oh, that means you've got to do a price drop. No, it'll be $60, and that's the way it is.
They shouldn't really. There's so many reasons. Like, you're splitting the player base, and Activision.
Yeah, that's going to be even
money.
worse.
They're actually stupid. You're losing money because you're guaranteeing that these people won't upgrade. They won't buy DLC because the game might be so bad that they'll be like, oh, screw this. I'm not going to buy the DLC.
Probably doesn't care if they upgrade or not, because they're still going to be getting $60. It's not like they're getting money.
But the DLC sales might be heavily affected. Because they might have, because the game, let's say the game was as bad as the High-Moon port, right?
God.
People will remember that. These last-gen players will remember the Advanced Warfare horrific.
I remember that.
So these people you'll lose a lot of people because they might think, oh, this is rubbish, this port's crap. It could be a crap port, we don't know, yeah?
But
if it is a crap
still
port,
if they buy the game and decide that the port is still bad, they've still paid $60 for the game.
Yeah,
they might not sell any DLC, but a lot of people don't really buy DLC already, so it would probably not even make a huge difference. Probably at least like 1%.
The reason why
there's like millions of people that play this game.
Yeah, but they have to do the time and resources into porting the game itself and shipping the game on these consoles and buying. There's a lot of.
Not to mention,
Treyarch's not doing that. It's a completely
Activision.
It's
Activision. But
see, the thing is, why I don't care if there's ports for 360 and the PS3 is because at least this year they're not they're not worrying about that. David Vonderhaar and his team, they're not even thinking about the last generation. So if someone else
Yeah.
is doing it, like
Yeah.
it has no effect on me if someone else is making the game and it's an awful port. I mean, I have a next gen console, so I don't care about what their problems are. They're getting the game either way. And I mean, they can either be happy or they can not buy the game at all. Because I mean, they're still going to keep making Call of Duty games. They're still going to be making DLC and stuff. If
Oh,
they lose like 2%
when Call of Duty
of the
20
money
comes
that
on,
they're
they're still going to be
making
making it.
from this, yeah, if they just lose 2% of the people that were buying the games, it really wouldn't matter because they pick up more people to fill that 2% gap that they just lost from the millions of people that are being born and probably a couple hundred Africans that have seen it in China.
Best thing
They
of the
might
night.
buy it or something. They might move to Africa to play the game. Who knows?
Yeah, it's last gen is stupid.
Well.
What they're doing is they're the main thing is they're hurting the game with the player base, the split player base. It will hurt the game. It really will hurt the game. And then
Yeah.
they're also just guaranteeing themselves loss in revenue further on. Not short term they'll make money, but further on they'll lose money because these people are casual gamers because they're on last gen or they can't afford it. And then the next generation they might not even bother. There's a lot of factors into it.
Well,
you're basically
if you're
encouraging them to
talking
stay
about Activision itself, they have Destiny now, so people will probably buy Destiny. They have DLC to make up for their loss. They have, I think it's Rock Band probably. I'm not sure if
Guitar Hero.
Activision or yeah,
Guitar Hero Live.
Oh, Guitar Hero's
they
gonna
have
get a
that, so
shit.
they'll be
is
making
gonna
more
get
money.
total shit on.
Well, I mean, people will still like. That's the thing. Like, if I buy the game, I give $60, and then I go take it back. I mean, I already paid the money, and they already got their money from that. So it really doesn't matter. Like, if they lose that same 2% from Call of Duty, they have more people to buy their Guitar Hero or whatever it's called. They have Destiny DLC. They're making another edition of Destiny called the King or whatever.
The Taken King.
Yeah, that. So they have that. They're selling that. So they're still making their money back from them losing a fan base in Call of Duty.
They lose a lot of money on other things, buddy. Activision aren't as swell as people think they are. If you look at a lot of their projects, they lose a lot of money in a lot of free-to-play things, and there's a lot of things they lose money on. There's a lot of things they make money on.
If they're losing money right now and then they just lose 2% and then they make that 2% back, it really wouldn't matter because they'd still be losing the same amount of money that they were before.
I'm not
before
saying they're
the
in
game
trouble.
came
They'll be
out.
fine. They'll be fine. They've got a lot of projects, like I said. The only people in trouble, I'd say, would be Sony. Their PlayStation has to succeed, otherwise they're screwed.
Yeah.
Because nothing else makes money for Sony.
Well, it succeeded
Like,
pretty well
yeah,
so far.
that is quite true.
Yeah. I heard that they're doing great actually now.
Yeah, they are doing great.
They're doing great only
Yeah.
because of the PlayStation 4, though.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
the green.
probably Sony.
That's it.
Sony's
Selling
probably doing
TVs
bad.
and Blu-ray players, it's not going well for them. For that.
Well, Sony. Well, I'm not gonna talk about that. But yeah, you guys can.
I'm pretty
Go on.
negative towards the last gen thing anyway. That's just my last thing on it. I think it's dumb. I think it's splitting the player base, and it's just saying, yeah, we don't want people to like our game. We just want
Well,
more.
my thing about last gen, it has nothing to do with player base or whatever. It's just that it's like I don't care if they get the game, but it's pointless because I mean, if nobody's gonna be buying a next generation console to play the game, they should just never have even made it. I mean, because Xbox One, it's not too good. PlayStation 4, I didn't buy that, so obviously they didn't do something that I liked. So they should have just kept making the games for the 360 if they're going to keep doing that. I mean, if those people can't afford, if they can afford to buy 5 games, whatever they want, 5 games, that's like $500, $200 right there, and then DLC, they buy headsets, controllers, and they can't afford $500. I mean, that's their own problem if they don't want to upgrade. That's why I don't really care about it. If they don't want to buy an Xbox One or PS4, then, I mean, that's their choice. So I don't really care if they're poor or not. I mean, that's not my problem.
I mean, they say, oh yeah, I've not got enough money to buy a new current gen console. But here's the thing, though: they've had over 2 years to save up the money, you know, for whether they're doing work or whether the 10-year-old kids coming home from school get their pocket money or whatever. You know, they've had 2 years to save up. Why is it my problem? Why should a game that is currently being built for current gen, something that I want to have a great experience over, why should I have to suffer because you can't be asked to save up and buy a current gen console.
See, that's what's good about this year. We're not going to be suffering at all.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's like when it came with for me going from PlayStation 2 to Xbox 360. Like, I had to make the jump. You know, they couldn't just keep making PlayStation 2 games just to satisfy me. They had to make the jump to the 360 and PlayStation 3. You know, so I had to go and join along with them. You know, that's what people. That's what the last gen users should do. You know, I mean, sure, you know, 360 is great, PS3 is great, but you've got to make the move. You know, we can't just keep hanging back just because of you. That's just it. You just can't. If that happened, you know, then we never get anywhere. You know, I mean, consoles are still nowhere near catching up to PC in terms of, you know, quality and the power and processing and such. You know, so if we were being completely held behind by last gen, you know, PC would be, I don't know, light years ahead. You know, so far ahead of us. So
yeah. Before we change topics, I just want to say, Alex, did you have something to say before I say my last, like, because I'm going to say something, just finish it.
I hate last gen, and they should all buy next gen consoles.
I thought you were going to say, and they should all die.
Peasants.
They are peasants. I feel like a PC elitist right now because I think everyone else is a peasant.
Alex, I thought you said that they should all die. Like, I hate last gen and they should all die. I thought you were going to say that.
No, not tonight. I'm too tired to be violent.
But they don't understand. This is the first console generation where they're still supporting games, and this will probably be supported into 2016.
Well, see, this is what I'm going to say to end it. At least for us, I mean, we play a lot of different games, and that's true. But for Call of Duty this year, we already know that next generation isn't going to be held back by last gen at all. So, like, it doesn't affect us if they're still making games for the last gen. Yeah, as far as gameplay and features go.
They kind of went that way in terms of Advanced Warfare last year, but from what's been shown this year, there's actual, you know, proof or actual things being told to us and given to us that there are going to be differences. Like with last year, I didn't feel like, all it felt like was in terms of the graphics of the port, that's it. But in terms of like the features, it was pretty much the same all across. Now with this, with Black Ops 3, we already know that last gen, there's two things that we know in terms of limitations with last gen. The first thing is that you're going to only have a maximum of 2 players with the co-op campaign, which I just want to say, ha! But the second... I'm sorry, that was very rude of me, I apologise.
No, I enjoyed it, continue.
Ha! But yeah, the second thing is that the paint job and I think also the gunsmith, they're only available on PlayStation 4, PC and Xbox One and are not available on last gen. So that's again another quite big and, you know, new feature with Black Ops 3 that's not going to be coming to last generation consoles. So, you know, if you can't complain, you know, about having, you know, features taken out because the consoles just can't take it. That's why we've got current gen consoles, so that way they can. So, you know, you can't just go and blame the devs saying, no, it's your fault that we can't have features. It's the fact that the console is 10 years old, it's outdated and limited, and it's your fault at the end of the day because you can't move on. You know, that's just the way I look at it at the end of the day.
All right, so if I'm not sure what we're doing after this, if this is the end, I just want to say that for that topic, we all can say that we really don't care too much about last gen. So that's fair to say.
Screw you last gen users. Love you all.
Yeah.
Well, I don't love any last gen user, so.
Peasants.
I still go back to like the 360. I probably play more games on 360 than I have done on Xbox One. just because I like playing all the old games like Hot Pursuit, Need for Speed, like Black Ops 2, Black Ops, and all that. But yeah, just to wrap up in terms of this whole section where we're talking about the whole PlayStation deal. I mean, in terms of why they chose to go with PlayStation, like, there is a number of reasons. Like I said, some of these reasons are based upon facts. Some of these are just assumption, at least from my point of view. The fact is that PlayStation 4s have sold twice as many compared to with Xbox One, which means that there's twice as many people buying Call of Duty games on the PlayStation 4. So there's more money and more opportunity there. And like I said, not to mention that the PS4 is slightly better in terms of its hardware. But one thing that I'm going to say is an assumption is, what if maybe because Microsoft realized Call of Duty is slowly on a decline. Now, like I said, this might not be true whatsoever. This might not be anything to do with with the reason that Activision joined with PlayStation. But I'm just saying this as an assumption. This is not fact, so don't take my word for it. But what if Microsoft and the guys of Xbox, what if they realised that Call of Duty is a franchise that's slowly on a decline, and that they realised that this slow decline has kind of gone from a slow steep to a very massive steep, of a hill. So what if they decided to go, right, not many people are buying this anymore, it's slowly becoming old, it's on a steady decline, and we're paying a lot of money just to have having the DLC exclusive for 30 days. So what if Microsoft and the guys at Xbox were like, you know what, let's just let it go. Alright, why should we invest money to have it the DLC like 30 days early when this franchise is just slowly on a decline? That's, like I said, that's an assumption that I would get. Okay. But yeah, there's obviously other reasons, like I said, with the whole PlayStation 4 selling twice as much.
What were you saying, Alex?
I'm kind of a bad Call of Duty fan because I kind of want Call of Duty to die so they can get remastered old Call of Duties like the Modern Warfare Collection and Black Ops 1. Yeah. I would pay out the ass for that.
But I want it to die.
We all know that's not going to happen. We all know it's not going to happen.
Well,
they won't remaster it for two reasons. One, the fact that the opportunity of backwards compatibility is there. So why would they need to remaster it when they could just code it all the way over so you can just re-download it?
Because I want to play it in beautiful graphics.
I know. But here's the thing though, right? If they made it so that way people, if they gave remasters, or if they allowed, because obviously you can't just go and take a game and re-download it on your Xbox One. It's all to do with having permission and licensing, all sorts of stuff. So it's a little bit more complex than what people think, where it's like, oh, I just want to put this disc in and play it. No, you can't just do that. It's a little bit more complex. But see, Activision cannot give permission. Like, they could go, no, we don't want to have our old games, because they know, they definitely know.
That's why you would do a remaster then.
But here's the thing though, they know, right, that if they gave them permission, if they gave the guys at Xbox permissions that they can, backward make the previous Call of Duty games backward compatible, everyone will be playing them. No one will be playing the new ones. Like, Activision know this.
Well,
Activision know that.
That's not very fair to say. Like,
let's face it.
There's millions of people playing, and I'm pretty sure that millions of people will not stop playing Black Ops 3, Advanced Warfare 2, no matter how bad.
Oh no, there'll be some people. It won't be a lot, but there'll be some.
At least like 500,000 people, like probably 200, 300,000 people still playing on console. Because you got to think about the people that are playing on PlayStation now and the people that are on Xbox. So I do think that they could make the games backwards and people will still play those, but they'll still keep playing the new stuff.
Yeah, but think about it. I mean, there's going to be way more people playing the old Call of Duty games. I mean, would you rather have...
There's millions of people.
Would you rather have an Advanced Warfare 2 and a Ghost 2, or would you rather have a Black Ops, come back?
Me personally,
or would you rather have Call of Duty 4 come back? I'd rather have the old ones.
I wouldn't play COD 4. I wouldn't play that game. But I would rather play Black Ops or Modern Warfare 3 than one of those games. But that's me. That's what I think. Millions of people in like I said, Africa, Europe, I guess, Australia. There's millions of people that play this game, and I doubt all those millions of people would go cold to start playing COD 4 again, because some people didn't really play COD 4, and some people didn't really like some of the old games. So I mean, not everyone would start playing Black Ops. Not everyone would start playing COD 4. I still think that they can start selling different games. They can keep
Yeah.
selling newer CODs.
All right.
Dog just left the call.
Pardon?
Dog just left the call.
Yeah, I know. He said that he had to go. So yeah, but we're coming pretty much to the end anyway, so it doesn't really matter a lot. Just gonna check how long we've running with this. About an hour, 40 minutes, something like that.
2 hours and 21 minutes. 22 minutes, sorry.
Okay.
Well, you know that's really, for me it's a little bit different because we started a little bit later in terms of recording it. But
I'm sorry, that is true.
yeah.
One more thing before we end it. You were talking about how Xbox, they probably didn't see a purpose in keeping like Call of Duty. Now, I didn't read the whole article, but on Charlie Intel, there's like a guy, I don't know who it was. He said it's good to have backing from like a AAA like company or whatever, business. So what I think happened was, see, this year Xbox, they're getting a lot of games. There's a lot of new games coming out, and they have some rights to most of the games. Like Tomb Raider, they have like a 1 year deal with that. I think Rainbow Six, they have a deal with that. There's other games coming out that they have deals with and exclusive games.
The Division beta coming first with Xbox
Division,
One.
They have a lot of games that is going to be going on, like Ubisoft.
Yeah, exactly.
Ubisoft. So I do think what happened was that, because at the end of the day, it's not Microsoft or Sony's decision. Oh, like we're going to pick this up. It's Activision. So what happened probably was they weren't expecting to keep COD pretty much, I guess. So, I mean, it's not like they had to go and say, okay, we want COD back. Activision, with their 1 year contract being over, they could have just went to PlayStation and said, hey, we want to do this. They didn't have to, wait for Activision or Microsoft or PlayStation to come to them. They just went straight to PlayStation, probably. So,
Yeah.
I don't think it has anything to do with the game dying, because the game has been dying for a long time now.
Well, it's been on a decline ever since Black Ops 2 came out. Like, Modern Warfare 3 was the peak, and then Black Ops 2 was just came under Modern Warfare 3. Then Ghosts came down quite a bit, and then Advanced Warfare came down quite a bit more. So I mean, I don't really know, to be honest. But all I do know is that the PlayStation 4 deal with Activision, it's happening, whether you like it or not. Just because you're going to bitch about it on Twitter, that's not going to change it. Okay, this whole hashtag Xbox Oi Riot bollocks. I'm sorry, but I've got to use that language. It is. It's complete bollocks. That's just what it is. Like, if you bought an Xbox One, and like I said, if you bought an Xbox One just to get DLC 30 days early, you are an idiot at the end of the day. And if you're one of those people that bought an Xbox One to have the DLC early and have now sold the Xbox One to get PlayStation 4 to get the DLC early, you're even more of a bigger idiot. I mean, that's just the way it is. Like I said, for me, there was multiple things. That was just a topping. Like, it was for me, it was in terms of the controller layout. My friends were on it, and also the fact I was used to the feel of Xbox. That was my decision. And I think we can pretty much all agree here that the whole Xbox Oi Riot is just complete nonsense.
Yes,
indeed.
It is. It's absolutely silly. It's
childish. Just as childish. So.
And just for the record, in case anyone's just thinking that we're PlayStation people, we are not. We all own an Xbox One. I've been playing Xbox since 2007. That's when I played the original Xbox, and then I got the Xbox 360 in 2008. I've got an Xbox One now, so we're Xbox players. So we're just being mature.
Yeah, and I came from PlayStation 2, so.
Yeah,
so did I.
Yeah, we came from PlayStation. Yeah, we came from PlayStation 2 to the Xbox and such. But it is silly at the end of the day, and I wish people would just quit it out. It's nonsense. It is nonsense. So yeah, that's gonna basically cut off that part of this podcast. Like I said, we're gone for quite some bit now. We've got some good discussions going on. Unfortunately, we've had two people left because.
They have 8th grade bodies still.
Yeah. They're too young. Joking. But yeah, this just to get I guess you could say a final thoughts. What was that? What was that?
My chair.
I was gonna say. Yeah. So I think we'll do a final thoughts here on how we feel about Black Ops 3. Just like we did at the start, like an overview. Jack, do you want to start off this time?
Yeah.
What's your
quickly,
final thoughts?
I want to
on
say
Black
Black
Ops
Ops 3. I guess it's a Call of Duty game. It looks nice, but it doesn't remind me of Call of Duty.
3? All right. Alex, your final thoughts?
3-lane maps.
Great final thoughts. For me, I think Black Ops 3 is going to be a decent game that will probably last a good few months. Will it be a great game? I don't think so. I think it'll be decent enough to play it for a considerable amount of time, but I don't think it's going to be a great game. And also considering that there are other amazing games coming out in later on this year and even next year, like The Division, Rainbow Six Siege, Fallout 4, so many more others that I can name. Battlefront's coming out later this year. There's just so many other games that everyone's going to be playing. So, I don't think Black Ops 3 is going to be able to compete, but I think it will do decent enough to be playable for a considerable amount of time, if I'm honest. So yeah, that's generally our final thoughts with Black Ops 3. Just before I quickly end it, I just want to say to my subscribers that I am working on a brand new series on mine it's kind of like the weapon guides, but it's done a little bit differently. It's called The Weapons of Modern Warfare, where I go through Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and I don't know how it's exactly going to go about. I don't know whether I should just cover the popular weapons or cover all of them. If I do cover all of them, it's going to take a little bit more time to to get them all done. But then again, it's more content at the end of the day for you. So let me know your thoughts online in the comment section below. That's if you've got this far throughout the podcast. but yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up right here. If you did enjoy the podcast, if you did enjoy these topics that we talked about, do give the video a thumbs up, and also let me know your thoughts on these certain topics. How do you feel about the PlayStation deal? What do you think about the whole cooperative campaign that has so far been shown off? And what's your thoughts on the multiplayer for Black Ops 3? Let me know all those thoughts and opinions of yours in the comment section below. I'll be very interested to see anything that's a bit more topical or anything a little bit more personal. I know that there'll be some arguments happening especially in terms of the whole PlayStation deal. But whatever. But yeah, if you did enjoy the video, do give the video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it a lot. And if you haven't subscribed, then do, for all your FPS content. And until the next video, I thank you all for watching. Stay tuned with your troops. And do you guys want to say it, or shall I?
I'm
Follow
going
us on
camping.
Twitter.
Alright, and I'll see you in game.